Oh, can you hear me? Yeah, you can already hear me. Hello, everyone. So yeah, last time I blue screened was just like a random morning. I guess after I was doing some video editing, but like an hour afterwards, back in like February. I don't know, that was kind of surprising, so hopefully it doesn't keep happening. The good news is, I can definitely shift some of my Christmas money for vacations towards Christmas money for a new laptop, because I wanted to buy one next year anyhow. But maybe I mean, if this keeps happening, I'll have to solve it, obviously, because I do need my laptop to some pretty good degree. But, yeah, I was already planning on getting something probably like around the $1,000 or less price mark that can do gaming. I think that's a balance you can strike. Juno's coming soon, she said. Maybe she can help me. And I do worry a bit about buying. If I don't buy in Japan, then do I have to spend a ton of money on importing it? I don't know. But I was already planning on getting a new laptop next year. This was actually this was a gift from my dad, actually. I don't know if I've told the story. I was writing some really big papers during finals week, and my old computer, the charging dock stopped working. And my dad was like, "My company gave me this and then gave me a new computer, and this one went off the record, so you can just have it." So I called it my Robobot because it became like thrown away waste of a giant corporation, and it saved me. But I used it really intensively during grad school, so the first time it blue screened back in February, the guy was like, "Yeah, Windows computers just start blue screening after a year or two." So I've not been planning on this lasting much longer, but we don't usually have this happen on stream, so I hope it doesn't continue to happen. Just trying to get Elgato back. It's always kind of a crapshoot. This is Pikmin Bloom gameplay. Helping Retzko and Wisconsin destroy mushrooms. Hey yo! Double feature, Robbie and Juno. Yeah, this laptop really did get me through a lot. Everything's been very, very fortunate. Pikmin 4 is so good. Pikmin 4 is really, really good. It's tough. Tears of the Kingdom, Mario Wonder, and Pikmin is like the big Nintendo games this year. They're all really good in different ways. I'm comparing all three for my top 10 video, and Pikmin 4, don't count it out. I mean, it's just a masterpiece. It's just one of those hashtag Switch moments where they were like, we're gonna try really hard and make a game that's really good. I mean, what's funny is Pikmin 4, Todic, and Wonder are all games that had like super fucking long development cycle. Oh god, I can't say that. Goodness gracious. They had simply dodgeball amounts of time to develop in the oven. And they all released this year, so it's like it's an attack of quality, to be honest. But I think Pikmin 4, I mean, it's definitely one of the better ones. I mean, it's hard to compare all three, but it's really good. It's really funny, yeah. I think it's going to be a slow burn. A lot of people have already started to say that it deserves more credit as the year ends. How is Gato doing? No, don't worry, Momoka. It's not for you. It's I'm trying to make my Kirby videos less adult because like I can tell kids not to watch most of my channel, but I can't tell kids not to wander into Kirby streams. And I still want to do like panels and stuff for Kirby, so I'm trying to find a balance. I mean, you've been on. You could say detours, but I would say you're on an odyssey this year. It's really all just a big adventure. We're just playing Elgato Gotcha right now, waiting for it to work. It worked pretty good this morning. Yeah, how has Gato been going, Noreen? How are you doing? The locals. Yeah, you are locals. Ayo! Hi! Oh my gosh, so are you done with all three of like the main areas? I think Deep Lab, you must be in the final area. You're doing great. Dang. That's sprinkled donuts. I think I am just gonna start using Adventure Time swears if we play Kirby, which honestly I think improves things. That's called proactive. That's called making the most of your restrictions. Yeah, you're in the final area. But do you have a favorite color palette for the game? My favorite ones you don't get so late, but they're unsurprisingly goop and grape. I'll say I'm using Adventure Time swears, but I'm just gonna say different kinds of donuts whenever I have to swear. Come on, Elgato. Come on, Elgato. Ugh, my computer really is still so hot. Crap. Yes! They're delightful. Those are good. Those are deep cut donut names. Boston fucking Cruller. My issue with Adventure Time swears is I always use them to dress up real swears, which doesn't help anything. This is a load of Boston cream. Boston cream donuts. Seasonal maple frosting. Elgato. What the powder are you doing, man? Why aren't you loaded? How have y'all been doing? What games have y'all been playing? Apple fritters. Apple fritters and cream cheese. This is so random, but I saw a bunch of idols last weekend in Tokyo. Some of whom were like the role models for the idols in my city. Apparently, because one of the girls from like the big group that I saw, like the main headliners, is from my city apparently. So maybe they actually know some of the goth idols in our city. And I kind of followed them on Twitter as a whim, this group, Christine, because their makeup was so ding dang good. And I thought that was cool. And then I realized, oh, I'm in Tokyo with a free evening. Maybe I could go and see Christine. And I saw them in a bunch of acts I could just go on and on about. Oh my God, they were cool. But I think the craziest part, and maybe I tweeted this, but the craziest part of that night was just like the sheer increase in showmanship as you went through the listing. Like, because the best acts were the last ones. And like one of my favorite groups, Konton Shoujo, who I have a random like pamphlet from taped on my wall now. They were the second last. And at that point, I was already like, who's going to be second last? Like, I'm ready for Christine. It's been a long night. But they did an amazing job being second last. And they had, like, really, really strong theming, really good stage presence. They used a lot of, like, costumes, lights, crazy, like, fancy elements and stuff to, like, make a really, really engaging and wild performance. That was kind of, like, high effort, high concept. So I was like, where can you go from here? Like, how could you possibly go crazier than that? And then the big guns came out, Christine, and as outfits had been getting more and more elaborate all night, these three come out, people who I followed for their crazy fancy emo makeup, they come out with like no makeup, just natural makeup, and just like pure white frilly dresses. But it was their voices that sent everyone into a chaos. There was no fancy lights, no colors. It was just like white strobes and stuff. They came out in the most plain, like frilly, delicate outfits ever and just started screaming. In their voices was just the heart of emo and the heart of punk. It was just unbelievable how their voices controlled us and just sent the whole place into a mob. It was mind-blowing. And those are the people I've been taking inspiration from for my streams. My Sunday morning donut eating pancake streams. I've been thinking about how to use my voice to make things even more fun. And yeah, I've just been reflecting a lot on how much, I don't know, how much you can just like create a mood and create an atmosphere if you really feel it and you really just transmit it. I don't know. I mean, I love the, I mean, my favorite groups are the ones with a lot of production value, but it was just amazing. It was just an amazing subversion of what was building. And I was like, yeah, if you believe it, people will feel it. Yeah, it was just absolutely incredible. I was ready for like the craziest outfits of all time, and they just come out and just start screaming. And the music was nothing. I have no idea what the music was like. It was definitely not the most interesting part. But it was just their voices. They just commanded us to go insane. It was such Chad energy. I've been really happy, yeah, seeing this kind of stuff. It's just getting silly doofy. The Elgato is really peeing its pants. It's like flickering on and off a bunch. It's getting kind of G-Kong Kakadu. Deathloop. I think I saw a little bit about Deathloop. What on earth is going on? This is so... This is Jelly Donuts. One sec. I don't think the stream's gonna go down. Ugh, it is? Are we back? Can you hear me? Oh, Elgato! 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 Our Krispy Kreme of the dark and lonely night. All right, let's play some actual video games. Thank you. Yeah, no, Christine were insane. A lot of people traveled there just for them, and like I was the only one really dancing aside from like the couple like dedicated fans who came and knew all the dances for the groups. I was just like boogieing. But when Christine came on, oh my god. I got bruises. I came out with bruises. I was getting thrown around. It was absolute madness. There's a funny thing I've been wanting to draw on Twitter where I was the only girl and I was also the only foreigner. And this was a mosh pit of entirely dudes, and they were just freaking out. I mean, one person, I don't know what he did, but one person did get kicked in the face by an idol. So I think something bad happened, unless it was just playful. But it was just madness, and I was in there sometimes. And anytime any three of them made eye contact with me, they like... their face lit up and they started smiling. I don't know if it's because they were waiting for me to stop being standoffish and get in, or if it's just because like I don't know, I looked because like I was a girl, or like I don't know because I was a foreigner. But like, all three of them at some point I would like make eye contact with during the crazy raving mobbing, and they would be like, oh, hi. I've been wanting to draw that memory because I feel like I can only capture it through art, even if it's like my little like scribble drawings that I do to get my feelings out. Like literally all three of them, I would like get thrown in and I would look at them and they'd be like, oh, and they'd like smile, like they'd break the facade or whatever and just like feel like happy to see me going nuts. It was a really good memory. I could talk about that night for ages. It was so funny. No, one of them has makeup that actually drives me insane. I think she's so cool. Anyhow, we are way late. But I guess that's vibes. Okay, so we're doing Forgotten Land post-game. This is my third file. This is hard. I don't like hitting Elfalin, but the Greatsword, completely demands it. Funny thing about this playthrough is, I mostly use range weapons, or I did in my first two playthroughs. I use like Bomb and Ranger a lot. And probably my least favorite, or like the one weapon that I wasn't really interested in all of my first two playthroughs was Gigant Sword, this giant great sword. I don't know, I guess like I didn't think I looked good. I didn't like the shield. And then in the end, when I was doing post-game stuff, it becomes very sword heavy, at least the first time you play, because Morpho Knight sword becomes like your bread and butter for a lot of the hardest content, because it's like the best item. And I was like, I should learn how to use a new copy ability next time I play. I wonder what it'll be. I've done a lot of range stuff. I've done a lot of swords. And out of nowhere on my third file, Gigant Sword, not even the fully evolved version of Sword, became the only thing I wanted to use. And it was just such a stupid underdog story because it was like my least favorite copy becoming like my most favorite. But also, it's just another sword. And I've already used the sword ability so much. So yeah. I'm trying to think who's played Forgo Land here. I know Amber is on the fence. Momika's not played. I don't think Juno or Robbie, I think it's just Noreen, right? I'm trying to think though, Robbie, what Kirby games have you played? I know Naoto Sensei's played a lot of them. Yes, you've done like all the content in this game. Which I only did last year. But one thing I'm doing for the first time this time is I'm going for the hard times on Treasure Road, just because I wanted more stuff to do. But also because it's fun. I didn't think it'd be fun, but I've been finding that pushing myself to get really good times, like the like secret target times, is still pretty good fun. Yeah, which Kirby games have you played? It would be fun to show off people's favorite copy abilities. I guess, yeah, that's another way to phrase the question. What are y'all favorite copy abilities? They kind of did like a minimalist thing in this game and cut a lot of them to focus on like the quality of the few. But, I mean, they got the classics. Well, most of the classics. There are some uncuttables that were cut, like Beam and Parasol and Rock and Wheel. Oh, was this your first year playing Kirby? That's awesome. That's right, you totally played the 3DS games. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, that's so gender. It's literally gender. Yeah, I will say, the gender game got really good. This is always just about gender. The gender game got really good in Forgo Land because all the copy abilities have, like, evolved hats and stuff. So, like, this junk... Are you seeing this sprinkled donut? Like, are you seeing this apple fritter of an outfit? I've got the, like, ding-dang EKG headset and everything. I'm very happy with this evolution of Bomb. I am not headed for the right time here. This is a nightmare. This is, like, on paper, my favorite copy ability, but I have no idea what they're asking of me here. Oh, I mean, I get that part. Come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. They cut Parasol. Parasol and Beam are going to be the first ones back in. They had to cut to the bone. Why are we not done with this? Okay, I guess it's not long at least. Yeah, Mirror and PSI are so fun. Mirror, it's been a while. Mirror came back after a long time for Planet Robobot, but it's been gone again. It's been taking a leave of absence. And it would have been a bit silly if we cut Parasol and kept Mirror in this game, but I think it could come back next time. Parasol is really good. Yeah, I was just thinking, as I mentioned with my story about Gigant Sword, I think I like Sword more in Forgo Land than most games, which is nice because it's kind of like the Mario ability. It's like the first one you use, and it's like a really good go-to and everything. It's usually like a B plus A minus type fave for me. Like there are some games like Adventure that I use it a lot in, but there are some games where I don't mess with it just because there's more fun things to use for me. But in this game, I use it a lot actually, so I appreciate it. I appreciate getting to bond with our king, Link Kirby. Why do I even want to hit this button? Like, when does it start rising? Yeah, Mirror is very rare, Noreen. You're not going to get to that till Superstar or Robobot. But it is like a fan favorite. That said, you will get to Superstar and or Robobot soon because they're like the fan favorites. I'd say the Kirby games with the best reps among fans are Robobot, Superstar, and probably Forgotten Land now. And they all deserve it. Come on, little guys. There is something slightly annoying about relying on the AI of my bombs for a timed challenge, but I am their mother and their master, and I should learn their ins and outs and quirks. Ayo. What? So I'm trying to... Time chasing and not paying attention is a rough combo. This is a bit of a vicious cycle here. Come now. You count down. You count down the clock. Yo-Yo is so good. I really want to see Yo-Yo back. I think Yo-Yo, Whip, and Beam are kind of in a race to be like the 360 guy in the next 3D Kirby. Because whatever one comes back, I'm pretty sure one, if not a lot of them, are going to have like a circular hit all around you type beat. And they can all come back. I mean, Whip has it pretty good as far as new abilities go. It's in a lot of stuff. Beam obviously would be like the first one to come back. Maybe I'm just saying that as copium because it's like my favorite copy ability. Yeah, Beam, Parasol, Rock, I would say, and Wheel are the kind of like, you actually cut these abilities. You muzzled Appa? You cut Parasol? Hal hurt me. Wait, so do all of the yellows go? No, you have to do like you have to do like 2. You muzzled Appa? Oh god, come on. So I don't even need to hit these side ones no more. Yeah, those red buttons are only affecting the thing behind them. This is gonna hit that. I'm gonna go get a sprinkled donut and be right back. Yeah, Beam, I said... We can do this. I said that Sword is kind of like the Mario ability, and like I think it would make sense for Sword to be like the main character ability, and it often is. But Sakurai, the Smash guy who made Kirby, he believed that Beam was actually like the P1 first copy ability, like main character type copy ability. So that's why the cover for Kirby Superstar has Kirby in the Jester hat. And in a lot of games made by Sakurai, Beam is actually the first ability you get, not Sword. I think it's hard to beat Sword, and most of the Kirby dev people will treat Sword like it's the main character ability. But I think there's a fair argument for Beam. It would also be kind of cooler if it was treated that way, because it's just a bit more distinct than just another character with a sword. But I mean, I love Sword Kirby. Oh, good job! That was really good work on behalf of the homing bombs. Come on, everybody. Come on. Let's Space Jam. Let's do the jam. Let's do the jam. Oh, come now. Come now! I think, I love Bomb in terms of, like, flavor and jazz, but, I will say this exact thing I'm doing here is one of the weaker moments for projectiles in this game, because a lot of the actual projectile weapons will, like, do a little jank to... not junk. A little jank to... make themselves work a little bit easier, and it's hard to free aim in this game. It takes a little bit of assistance from the game, like kind of invisible lock-on systems and aid to make it really work smoothly, and you just don't really have that here, but I guess I could be doing it a bit more simple and just throwing them straight. Yeah, I'm very neutral on Waddle Doo for somebody who likes Beam so much. I think I should accept him more as like a beloved friend. Yeah, Noreen, your 3DS is gonna kick total Kreller. Like, your 3DS has got the Jim Jams in it. It's really good. It's like, ugh, ding dang dong. Like, obviously my Switch has, like, the most games that I love, just, like, by sheer number. But, oh gosh, it's, like, kind of hard to fully say that either of my Switches have outtaken my 3DS as my favorite console, because 3DS Kirby is so good and bloated. 3DS Kirby is just incredible. Because the Virtual Console helped a whole lot. But then also just the games are really good. There we go. This is real stuff. This is real stuff. This is real stuff. Yeah? No! See, when they're together, they actually get the job done a lot worse. They often do things such as running into each other. Okay, come on, little guy. Come on, little guy. I shouldn't have done that. Yes, I should have. I'm so smart. I've always been so smart. Let me in, 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 let me in. I still don't think that's the right time. Ayo! See, this is the thing, like, going for these target times, I'm yet to find a challenge that takes more than like 10 minutes, and that's been really fun. Like, I've been shocked how fun it is to chase these times. What'll do? If I start doing that, then I think I'll like them more. Jelly for the next mainline game? Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Mamimus. Let me grab water. It won't take long. To be honest, if I practiced my Adventure Time swears, maybe I would actually get videos in the algorithm, because I swear so much and all my videos get 7 views. Yeah, that is Kibo energy, but we do Kibon. I'm here for more I'm here for more Blizzard Ice. All right. I have like a bag full of stories from Tokyo, as if I were Santa Claus handing out so many gifts. I have so many stories to tell on stream. I was briefly on TV. I didn't get anybody to record it, but I was briefly on TV with my friend Evie because we were at a petting zoo and we looked like fun foreigners. So they interviewed us for one of those like foreigner interview things. And it was just about the zoo. And it was like, what do you find interesting? And this was the most awkward interview ever because I couldn't tell what they wanted us to say or like what would be interesting. So we kept kind of like swapping topics and we eventually settled on like, we love the toucan because like, yeah, I had never seen a toucan before. And it was funny how much it looked like a stuffed animal, despite having like a giant killer beak, and Evie was like afraid of it. So there's a recording of us awkwardly speaking Japanese in a petting zoo in front of a toucan that apparently aired on Channel 4 News on Thursday in the middle of the day. So nobody saw it, but I really wish I could have recorded it. Okay, so Arlo, I recently saw an Arlo unmasking, and I wish I didn't because I actually didn't know what was happening. It was like an autoplay thing on YouTube's algorithm, and like no shame to the person who posted it. He's now like tried to make it less spoilery, but it was just like, you know, a normal fan meeting. But I feel like the man behind the puppet does a lot to preserve the magic because I feel like he's just, I don't know, I feel like he just understands. He's just such a big Muppets fan that he understands like the magic and the appeal of like keeping it like feeling real. Look at this atrocity of 0.38 seconds. I'm so glad I left this for my future self. So I think he usually puts a bit more like magic and care into like revealing the man behind the puppet at fan meetings and stuff. But I kind of saw it randomly, just like a video of a fan. Oh, it's this one. A video of a fan talking to him. And it's funny. It's funny. I mean, this guy really did create a whole character. Like, he's never broken character once on the channel, but that voice is nothing like his real voice. He's actually like, he just vibes completely different in real life. So like, this man is so committed to creating like the magical illusion that Arlo is real. And like, again, like I've watched like 3-hour videos of him in this alternate personality. It is obviously like a big part of him. But the thing about Arlo is possibly because he's a Muppet, he does aim to be family friendly. So he has never swears, and he has to put like warnings anytime he talks about Resident Evil or I guess like Dark Souls now, but mostly Resident Evil. But he aims to act like fully family friendly. I mean, if we can find any kind of archive from Channel 4, I would pay money. We could have had Eevee's fans go do it. We could have sent the bunny rabbit drones. Easy peasy. Easy peasy seasonal Thanksgiving sprinkles. Yeah, this game blows me away. This game blows me away. And one of my favorite things has been just how fun the post game is and how fun the side content is. It's really well made. From its head down to its toes. Wait, your bikes. It's Arlo's it's Arlo's friend. It's Arlo's friend. Arlo's friend that gives him legs. But, like, no, that's how it is. Like, he preserves the magic so well. So it is a shame. I would have loved to have seen it at, like, a fan meeting, because I'm sure that he does something charming to, like, handle the brain destruction of the flesh reveal if you, like, go to, like, a panel or something. But it's just amazing, just, like, even just, like, the emotional distance with which the leg guy was talking about things was just so different. Like, you can completely tell he's in just, like, a different part of his brain, like, a different, like, standing point in relation to the channel when he's as Arlo versus as Legman. Like, if I met this guy, I'd be talking directly to the puppet. I have no business talking to the guy who, like, walks him around. Like, I would talk directly to the puppet if I was at a fan meeting. Like, I have a lot to say to that guy. He's been with me through a lot. I don't think I got the sparkle time. But God, I love rare stones. Look at these things. They're so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Ah! Another connection between this game and Crystal Shards is that it makes crystals look so good. I literally love these things. I got a gotcha Forgotten Land style figure that you'll see in my new Kirby video when I produce it, of that rare stone, just because as soon as I saw purchasable rare stone merch, I was like, I literally need to have this rare stone. And it came home without doing too much gotcha at all, which I'm grateful for. The talent, not the manager, yeah. And if the Yayoi mass bus crashes into us, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. And if the Makoto mass van flattens me like a can, to die by your side is such a heavenly way to die. Okay, I can't really argue with the cannonballs, so I should just negotiate. Squishies, not like this. There's something about the Smiths and Yayoi that's like such a comparatively small amount of the population can make that connection. You know what I mean? Or like would think to do it actively. I say ya bikes all the time, Sensei. I say ya bikes every day. And if the Yayoi mass bus crashes into us. Hey, I'm working here. That was pretty smooth. I think that was pretty smooth. The commentators are probably going pretty nuts right now. Getting hit by the turtles, not so smooth. I'll be fully honest. That was good. That was good. That was good. And if the Yayoi mass bus. It's hard to dodge right there. I'll be really real with you. Oh, we got the jump with momentum. Can they land it with the sticky hop? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going home. Take it. It's like so natural. It's definitely something that kids would invent at camp if we kept them there long enough. And fed them lots of Gohan. Alright, we have done a number on these on these challenges, but I'm like still not bored. Multi-mouth. This seems dangerous. This seems dangerous. Alright. It's story time. Someone give me a funny story from your week. Put on lots of razzle and dazzle. You can embellish one detail to make it more funny. Oh, I'm no fan of this, yeah. Hey, we carried the momentum even though we got hit. Oh, you wouldn't. You wouldn't ever. We got a bowl and we got a cracked pipe, so we are going for a cone Hanbai split and jumping off of the water, and now there's a jackrabbit. We have got 12 Miras. Some mildly destructible looking things, and here come the Miras. There's a snake that might as well drink some cans. We got the ring at 2:32. That's what they call ring time in Hawaii. We got 3 more Miras. Meatballs. Glunks are glunking. And with no way forward, we are just going to blow a portion of the windmills and hope that something changes. There are some ghosts from the 3DS games. And we have lost time and the run. Melovania summoning salt is such a silly thing. It would just be me getting really stressed about really short things and like this in Rayman Legends. We just got slime dunked! That was awful. That was like a Castlevania thing, getting knocked off. Nocturne Season 2 is looking butt. What's a girl to do? What's a girl to do? We're going for a side hop to make up for things, and she barely sticks it. That was really foolish. Is this all going to be destructible? We're playing Splatoon to get forward now. Bone Alley is not as fun as they made it out to sound. That's a joke for the parents. Bone Alley. I have to make like over your head innuendos to make any adult jokes if it's Kirby. Not that I should even be doing that, because like, fudge it. Icicle Crash is keeping me out of OU. I just know. Oh, never mind. Okay. Momoka, buckle up. We're driving on ice. This is what they do in Boston. This is how I learned. This is how I learned. Ah! I think those are called Pactos and Kirby Canvas Curse. Which I haven't played in probably 18 years. Ah! Oh, that was looking so good, and then I learned you can't jump a shot, so... There's no chance. There's no chance that 20 seconds is the time. No, this isn't real, but I appreciate the funding. This is just like Boston. We forgot the snow tires. We couldn't do the cannon hop. That was pretty fun. I'll level with you. That's like the final level of a Splatoon campaign, like the super final level sped up by 8 times. Oh my gosh! Now you know why I always put your quotes onto Naoto images, because it's very fun imagining Naoto Shirogane doing things that you do. Erica! She got towed? Is that a swing term? Oh, I'm so glad Erica went to swing. I don't think I've told you, Juno. I've been doing swing classes here in Japan. It randomly became like, I was looking for dance classes, and a friend of a friend was running these classes, so I've been going to swing classes. I'm really grateful that I did it that once with you. hard reset for that one. Things always go wrong with the cones. You can see that I'm learning to fear these sections. Oh, Erica. Erica in 2024. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? See, I don't know. These cone jumps are always awkward to me. Let me just do a double dunk, you know what I'm saying? What's that? Like, what's that waddle right there? Take me out of here. We're doing a cone skip. And we're gonna get turtle bonked. Me and my friend Justin, we would just play RPGs together all the time growing up, because that's just like what I played, and that's what we did together. And when we were playing DQ9, like in the back of my dad's car, we would be speaking in totally foreign languages, and he would make fun of us. We'd be like, all right, you got to double up Gerfuffle in order to get the Falcon Crush on Slime Squlop. And Dad would just be like, you're not speaking English. We'd be like, ugh, did you get the crimson boots on your luminary? Nah, he still got the glob gloppers in the gladiator class. Like, it was so fun. Which is to say, I'm making a new language. It'll make everything easier. And we are doing some boatage. Hard stop in front of the first 3 mirrors. We got hit by the meatballs again, because there's no brakes on this car. Got a little momentum for the hop. And 1, 2, doesn't quite work. 3. Doing the ghost walk. Oh, and a nice jump, but that didn't actually help you. You should have waited. Go for this. Go for that. Go for this. Go for that. Don't get hit. You'll go in the pit. We've got 5 ghosts from the Kirby 3DS era of games, making their triumphant return in 3D. Can we make the soda skip? Summoning Salt, hear my prayer. Now we're in the Splatoon alley at a nice 1 minute, 38 seconds, which is currently meaningless to me. Clearing out the right scarfs, hoping that's the minimum, and we are out of here. Up and down from here. The Scarfies have not stopped, but Icicle Crash is keeping them in RU. Oh my gosh. Quick! I think I'm gonna get hit, but I moved to the right, so it's fine. This is like the X Games of Kirby. Don't think that this is what playing Kirby is like, ever. And we're back in Boston. Oh, we're going for a hop. Pacto on the right. Jump! Ooh, that was nasty looking. Things are sliding, so I'm gonna jump to the middle. Don't hit the enemy ink. And shoot the schnitzel. And jump. Go. 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 They can't kill your sparkle. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. This has to be it. This has to be it. This has to be it. Like, what did I do wrong? Plenty, apparently. Okay. Usually that means there's some kind of shortcut I'm not noticing. Forgot the snow tires, did we? Not ever! Yeah, all the pedestrians are going down. It's their fault now. Oh no! How did she get her car towed? Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, literally Naoto. That's delightful. What was the Splatoon weapon name I said? The complicated balance between Gamer Go and Physicist Go. What does Warframe also have? Awkward cone jumping? That was a clean hit. That's probably why we lost 15 seconds. No, I bet this is a shortcut, to be fully honest with you. To be frank and candid. We're going to the left. Car tends to have shortcuts. Cone, not so much. Jito, Hanbai, probably not. Easy rabbit clean. Alright, I was telling this story earlier. So my friend Evie wanted to play Kirby, but she's really sensitive about animal death. So I very thoughtfully messaged her one day. And I was like, hey, like, I just wanted to say, like, you mentioned you're interested in Kirby, but or in Pikmin. Like, I just wanted to, like, are you familiar with, like, the fact that Pikmin die? And I didn't really explain why Pikmin die. I kind of thought it was, like, just kind of assumed, like, you know, it's part of the gameplay. But I think I made it sound like it's a horror game where, like, characters get killed off as a plot beat sometimes. Oh, no. This is definitely not a quick execution. Why was I stunned when I came back? I think I made it sound like they get killed off for story reasons, and, like, it's, like, kind of like a narrative-based game or something. Why do I just stand there? Kirby, you can't live like this. We have to redo it. I'm sorry. And she was like, wow, that's horrific. I hope they don't kill the dogs. And I was like, I'm not... What do you mean? Like, no, the dogs can't die. And I realized that, like, I was pitching it as, like, a gameplay thing. Or I was like, oh, you know, Pikmin can die if you're not careful in a way that Pokemon can't, right? But I think it came across as, like, people die in this evil, evil game. And I'm like, no, well, like, Ochi's not gonna die. There's only one Ochi. But, I think I gave the impression that there were, like, story beats, and it's like, oh my god, they killed the purple Pikmin. Like, some awful scenario, and it's like, White's like, everyone just go. This is what I would have wanted. And it's like, no! And then White Pikmin gets, like, viciously murdered. Like, some kind of narrative game or something. I hope they don't kill the Pikmin dog. Well, it's only you who can kill Pikmin. Only you can kill Pikmin. Red dies in episode 2. Like, this is what Red would have wanted. Blue, you can't say that. You never knew them like I did. Don't go crying for Olimar when things go wrong. We have to handle this together, now, by unifying all of our powers. That's the meaning of Pikmin. I picked you, and now you have to pick me. Can you commit? Can you commit to this team? This is an evil segment, and I don't think it's where I'm losing my time, but it's where I'm losing some time. No ghosts! No ghosts! No ghosts! That was not what I meant, but it did work. Ugh, that was awkward. Summoning Salt, hear my prayer. It does sound like Super Sentai. So the Scarfies follow, but, like, who cares? A very awkward ending of Pikmin where all 7 parts of the cast become ghost Pikmin and they can't, like, call each other by their colors anymore. I'm gonna be so polite, but I kind of need a shortcut. There tends to be one. This is why they gave me my Menkyou. Like, half shortcut? I don't know. This isn't looking awful cuttable. I guess I can just do better? I mean, that could have been a shortcut, but, like, for a second. Dang, I think we just lost it. But, like, how perfect does this have to be? I'm kind of done. I'm gonna come back to this when I'm older and wiser. And the Sans cosplayers are throwing everything they've got at her. What was the context? What were we talking about for that? Oh, she got towed at swing class. That makes so much sense. Oh, well, yeah, definitely. I could picture Warframe having its own language. Red Pikmin number 11 will remember this loss. Yes. Come on, Bone guys. Well, this has been thrilling. But let's play like a level or something. Love this place. I don't really have anything else to do in there. This place is pretty fun, but I'm not like salivating about it. Find the secret passage. Do I remember the secret passage? I just did this one. Oh, I have to redo it. No, I love that level, but I did it yesterday. Pikmin 11 still needs me. Thanks for coming. I'm only going to be on for like 2 more hours today. Oh my god, the Warframe. Adding Requiems to my Parazon so I can take on my Railjack to fight Koopa Lich in the Proxima. Yeah, that is definitely what video games become. This is a nice area. I played this at like 1 in the morning at camp. It was really vibey, actually. Well, I'm gonna be doing dream levels soon, so let's just start that. Yo, no homework. Let's go. Ain't nobody need any homework. How do I have 5 rare stones? Wait, I know the answer to that. Don't tell me. I kind of forgot that that used to be like the main point of doing time trials, and it wasn't just to like use copy abilities and have fun. Okay, Dragon is good. Space Ranger is good. Mast is good. It's funny how this game works. Everything's fun and good. Meta Knight I'm kind of neutral on. Drill I'm neutral on. I thought this was the final upgrade. Yeah, I need the middle upgrade. Dragon's fun. Hammer's mighty fun. What do I want though? I think I want Hammer. I'm getting mild Dead Cells vibes right now. Only 2 more hours. Yeah, for some reason I've always been like a endurance streamer. I've always done like 6 hours, but I've been needing to kind of spice things up a little bit more on my weekends. By which I mean I really need a haircut, and I said I would get one like a month and a week ago. Look how cracked those hammers are. Like, the graphics in this game can be really, really nice. This is a huge spoiler, but you probably won't figure out why. Ding dang dong. Look at my double bongos. So cool. Ah! Well, it wouldn't be a trip home without a little Kirby Cafe. Man, they don't even have to make reservations here. That's really not what I thought I would feel when I came back for the first time to the in-game Kirby Cafe. But, yeah. Kind of spiteful here. Although I did eat a Waddle Dee burger. That is one of the takeout options. Hey! Ding dang dong, welcome. We're at the Kirby Cafe that does not require reservations on a really crappy reservation website. Kirby roguelike ongaishimasu. Gotta clean up the Juno. Yes. Yes. Although I think we only get Kirby burgers in Forgotten Land, but in the Kirby Cafe IRL, they have Waddle Dee and Kirby burgers, and I thought that the avocado was a nice touch on the Waddle Dee burger, so I got one of those guys. Okay, so Isolated Isles, right? It is weird. I still have a lot to process with this game. It is weird how much, like, I actually wasn't in a big Kirby phase when this game came out. Like, to be honest, I was like going through a lot of stuff, and it was kind of like hard for me to engage with soft media for a bit, even though it was like my whole life for a while. And yeah, for a while I kind of wasn't playing so much. Not a very long time, but for a bit, yeah, I just wasn't playing very much. And like I really was into like liminal spaces and like industrial weird stuff, and I don't know, it's like a lot of like, I don't know, just like, I don't know, let's just say like I have always like really enjoyed like liminal spaces and that kind of thing, and like empty industrial fields. But like I was kind of like really into that and like vaporwave and stuff. And then Kirby was like, "I'll meet you where you are. I'll make, I'll make a weird like, how do I say?" It's hard because like I don't want to like stigmatize the kinds of drug users that usually end up consuming that kind of stuff, but like I do very much like just consume a lot of the same media that like people who are completely spaced out on painkillers all the time consume. Is this okay for the Kirby stream? I don't know. But like I don't know, I listen to a lot of music and I'm like, well, who do you think this is for? And it's like, well, probably people who are always spaced out on painkillers. But that's not me. I just kind of need some weird stuff sometimes. My brain's been through a lot. Anyhow, it was just so weird. Like when this game came out, I was kind of like, meh. Like I was kind of like, man, I kind of wish it was like cuter or cooler. Having the mix of Kirby and liminal spaces is kind of like not super cool, but like not as cute as usual. But now I look back and I'm like, why did a Kirby game about abandoned commercial spaces and dead malls come out right when that was like my shit? Like almost like more so than Kirby for a little bit. I was like more into like dead malls and stuff like that, and vaporwave and just like total like zone out stuff. And then Kirby's like, I'll meet you where you are. You want images of devastation and emptiness? Like, I'll meet you where you are. And I've just been thinking about that lately. Like, man, this game was like really, I don't know. I feel like I feel a special bond with it. It really like hit right at the right time in a way that Kirby had no obligation to. Like, Kirby did not need to go to my Tumblr with me, but he did. And for that, I have nothing but respect. It's like Mr. Krabs and Krabby Patties all over again. It's nice not being timed anymore. I was like kind of in a hurry. Oh, that's such a good point. You know, usually when you put an animal or a person name in front of burger, you are eating that thing. But in this case, it's just their face on the bun. Kirby eats Kirby burgers. Mr. Krab does sell Krabby Patties. Yeah, this game was really made for me. Oh my gosh. Pikmin 4 is another one, honestly, where like just kind of like really good timing, I would say. Or maybe it's just that I would say it's easy for me to like connect my emotions from a time to a game when it comes out, because like I just like connecting patterns and finding themes. With Kirby, or with Forgotten Land, it is an unapologetic, like weirdly accurate, like aesthetic connection. But I definitely made like a strong emotional connection to Pikmin 4, just the time that it came out, because I was playing the demo and starting the game while I was like having my brain blow up about the fact I was about to go on the JET program. So like having like the most like community Pikmin game where like there's the most characters of any game instead of isolation, you're like part of a group going to a big like, you know, unexplored world with lots of other explorers. So for me, like it was really easy to like map my own feelings onto that. I was like meeting people for the first time that I was about to head off to like a completely unknown world with. And it's also funny, like it's been hard to describe how it feels to meet other foreigners here, aside from like being like finding Pikmin castaways where like neither of you are from that planet and you're both very far from home. And yeah, like I was describing like when I met a family who, I don't know how many generations they've been here from India, but they're like pretty set up here, and they obviously like are still strongly connected to India because they have like an Indian food restaurant and everything, and I always see them taking pictures in like very Indian clothing. And I told my friend that, and she's like, yeah, that definitely does have the energy of like when you meet someone at Pikmin 4, and their tag is like home, like Bopsville Glunt Clock. And it's like, yeah, I've never been to Bopsville Glunt Clock either. I guess we're both kind of far away from home here. But then also like especially the early areas have this very kiddie feel, and this very, very like, I don't know, like real life like kiddie elementary school feel. So that playing that and talking to my elementary school co-teacher so much about Pikmin 4 definitely made a strong vibe where like I will probably always associate Pikmin 4 with working in elementary school. Oh my god, yeah, you watched You watched, yes, with me and Nagi when we found out about character customization. We were in the orientation cabin. That's a really nice memory. So yeah, Pikmin 4 has always been just kind of like, yeah, like that was the same table where I talked to Umi about like contract extensions and stuff. Like Pikmin 4 was just like right there with me through a lot of like really crazy emotions about traveling far away and kitty stuff. Oh, this is Momoka. This is her first time. I summoned her with Kirby. So yeah, one nice thing about Forgo Isles is they will tell you when you haven't found everything. So it's pretty easy to do your first run 100%. Oh, what the heck? The Hollow Knight era of Kirby. I think they could still go darker. I think I keep thinking of reasons. Literally three. Now this is 3 series. I've never thought about Goth Kirby, but if they did do Goth Kirby, they easily could because they've already established the Mirror World with Shadow Meta Knight and Shadow Kirby from Amazing Mirror. But then there's also Shadow DDD now as of Triple Deluxe. So they could do an actual dark Kirby game or like dark aesthetic, probably still pretty uplifting, right? But I have said that I really want a low rule game out of Zelda. I really want like a dark, cartoonish, gothy low rule game, like more than anything. Even if it's just like even if it just helps them like make a 2D game and not be insecure about it and like giving it a gimmick for whatever reason. I've also thought that they should make Goth Splatoon. I just think like the fun like party goth energy would be so good for Splatoon. I feel like we could do like a darkness and light Splatfest or something probably. And I think they really could pull off an entire game where look how good the graphics are on Kirby. I think they could pull off an entire game where they're aiming for like they've already done a deep sea game, I suppose, with Octo expansion, but I could picture them going for like a full-on dark Splatoon. I mean, of course, I can't really picture them doing a full-on light Splatoon, but I could picture them going darker goth for sure. And then, yeah, Kirby could do it too. So I'm just saying that all the Nintendo series should go goth because I'm projecting. Oh, Noreen, yeah, you are definitely right about that. Oh my gosh. I guess, what would have been the first instance of blood in Kirby? I'm thinking first about 02 or Zero in Dreamland 3 because I don't know, do you have a strong connection to Kirby 64 or anything from the Dark Matter trilogy, Midori? Because I've been having a crazy Kirby 64 moment. I've been listening to the music all the time and like really connecting with it for the first time. I had played it before and like I quite liked it, but this week I've been like obsessed with it for the first time ever, and I think it's really artful and beautiful now. So I know Dreamland 3 has blood, and Dreamland 64 or whatever, Kirby 64 would also have blood in the final battle. But by Kirby 64's time, you would have had blood in the Hyrule Dungeon thing in Ocarina of Time. It's true. Exactly. I'm thinking like Hot Topic goth. Like Twilight Princess is very like traditional goth. Like I guess like how do I say like dark fantasy goth? But I'm picturing like party goth low rule, like with colors and everything. I'm picturing goth with colors. Just follow me on that. I just like Yuga and Ravio and Hilda a lot. It's kind of my fatal flaw. And also, I don't know, I feel like they make really memorable characters when they go to dark places. Like Midna and the Low Rule Trio, are we really gonna like... Are we not gonna think about that when I say Goth Zelda? You might be right about Scene, but I feel like they could never do it specific enough. I'm thinking more like party goth, like raves and stuff like that. Like not trad goth, not dark fantasy, but like colorful, dark, like very influenced by alternative fashion, but like the emphasis is on like weird dark light, like dark lights and stuff like that, like raves, like that kind of thing, like goth clubs. I'm trying to think of a good game to compare it to. I mean, to be honest, like Undertale don't have a lot of color. Like Undertale is very dark. I don't know, I feel like Undertale has a certain dark but colorful but fun and friendly energy to it that I feel like is a somewhat decent blueprint. But I'm actually having a hard time thinking of a really good, like, known game comparison that has the same energy I'm thinking of. But I mean, they already have it in Low Rule. Like, Low Rule already has, like, with Yuga and everything, what I'm thinking with, like, just, like, I don't know, fruity flavors. I totally missed something. It might have been just, like, are they special? Are they special trophies? Are they special gotchas? I might have missed like a gotcha. I think there might be special gotchas in here that are like one time only. This is not my #1 favorite Forgotten Island, but they do get really, really good and fruity. Midna is so based. I was unironically hoping for Midna and Fi in Tears of the Kingdom, which is like such like a silly fan thing to say, but like I really wanted it. Like I could feel it with the themes. I could feel it. I could feel the comeback. Dreamland 3. Oh. Ooh. You're in good company, Midori-sensei. Yeah, Akane-sensei also said that she loved Link Between Worlds when it came out as a Link to the Past kid. It's been hard for me and my Link Between World friends to go back to Link to the Past. I try, and I know that it could like change my life someday, but I haven't made the connection yet. I just haven't. I never make it past the Dark Palace or like a little bit after that. Like I like it, and it actually was my first 2D Zelda because I played it a good bit when I was first getting into Zelda, but I've never played it through. I've never like fully connected with it. Once I got Link's Awakening HD, I never really looked back. Yeah, Link's Awakening HD and Link Between Worlds are top 3 Zeldas for me. Noreen, have you played any Zelda games? I'm trying to think about that. I don't believe you have. I'm trying to think of if you would make the connection and how. Oh wow, the hammer is not what God intended for this. I think that's the hammer one, right? Breaking the face. Maybe that's bombs. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot that I love about it. Like I respect a lot about it. Like there's stuff like the fairy fountains. I feel like there's like, and like the earthquake badges. I feel like there's a lot to explore and discover, and that's like very appealing on a gameplay level. Like it's extremely appealing on like a gameplay mechanics level for me because I love that style of Zelda. But I think it is mostly graphical. Like I haven't made a connection to like how it feels to play the game, like the game feel and the graphics and stuff. Y'all gotta respawn so I can get this thing. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool feeling like the start of a lot of classic things when you play that game. Are enemies not respawning? You can't just dream up some more? There's no biology involved. Enemies are not respawning. Oh, wow. Mario, to be fully honest, in 2D took me a long time to get into. You'll hear more about it. You'll hear more about it pretty soon. But I never really connected with any of the 2D games as a kid. 3D though. 3D could be a good time for you someday if you find one you like. Mario Galaxy is like my one like childhood Mario that I played a bunch. Now I like a good bit of them. Odyssey kind of happened and was over in a blur for me. Unfortunately, I guess. I've been working on Sunshine, but that game is just like the YouTubers say. It is actually really annoying. Like, I'm happy to be getting used to it, and I like the flavor. And they're not gonna respawn. Is this any better? I don't think it is. I need to be fed. I need to be fed and given head pats. I'm coming back. Like, the second I see an enemy, I'm coming back. I think. Alright, let's see about this. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I swear, I'm gonna come back. You can't destroy the whole... You can't destroy the whole hill. Yes! I'm going back. It's so cute and nice. Oh my gosh, wait, was it on the N64? Or no, sorry, was it on the Super Nintendo? Forward in time versus backwards. Literally, it is literally a City Escape moment. That game is like my one Sonic game. I played the heck out of Adventure 2 and like nothing else really. I played Heroes, but that's like it. As you can see, it was just GameCube. I worked for you. No, I like legit really like Sonic Adventure 2. I'm still pretty soft about... I'd say Shadow and Knuckles are probably my favorite characters. I really like Shadow the Hedgehog. I've already told stories about that game on this channel, and there's actually going to be an amazing video someday called my Sonic Adventure 2 video, and it's going to be life-changing, but I'm never making it. You have to drag it out of me. I shouldn't have done that. I thought it would be more fun. This game's nuts. I always say that with this and with 64. Like, what were they on with this game? They're like, yeah, we're gonna make a game that's so good. Cream the Rabbit is so good, and she's so you. That's so Yeah, I'm glad that I played Heroes because yeah, I like Cream, and I really like Team Chaotix. I really like Team Chaotix. I like all of them. Yeah, I'm glad that I know those characters. That's interesting, Robbie. I feel like Mario is like, I don't know. Like, okay, this is specific, but I feel like it's like red bean paste if you're not from Japan, or chocolate if you're not from a chocolate eating country. Because like, my kids were kind of surprised that I ate so much chocolate for Halloween when I described that in my Halloween class in Japan. But then like red bean paste is everywhere. So it's like, if you get into it, you're in and you're going to eat it every day forever. But if you don't, like, it's just always going to be there. Like, I don't know how you get into chocolate if you didn't grow up eating chocolate. Like, Mario is such a like one note thing. He has like a singular flavor. It's like, oh my God. It's like, if you don't eat it growing up, like, it's hard to get in. But for me, I found my in with Mario just because like I really clicked with like and I'll talk about this in the end of the year video, but I clicked pretty hard with Mario World. On Pon. Melon Pon. Cheesy bread with more butter than you'd like inside. Yeah, Mario World just like clicked with me in a very like sensory level. Like I just like how it sounds and feels to play. And boy howdy did that help me get into Mario Wonder. I love that game. Holy crap. I gotta save my thoughts on it so I can make the video. Oh, Noreen, I think this is one of your friends. Ooh, that was a smooth way to do it. That was smooth. World is hard. I play it a lot, but like it's taken so much work to get to World 4. Oh, 8. It's so cute. Shadow the Hedgehog is so goated, and he's so good in that game. Oh, I played the Shadow the Hedgehog game too, but I didn't get as into it as Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, that was actually the part of Liangar's soul where he learned about like Japanese pro wrestling and like found the one person that he stands. Yeah, it feels delightful. Yeah, I don't know, it's very pleasant. I will say, I actually got a couple Mario games from my friend from his like childhood game collection, including New Soup DS and Mario 3. So I played a little bit of Mario 3 this year. I didn't bring it to Japan for some reason, but I played some and I really enjoyed Mario 3. I'm not as into the graphical style just because I am so hit or miss with NES, but I didn't like actively dislike it, which is a really big success for an NES game. Yeah. Yeah, no, I found it really fun to play. And I think I didn't hate the graphics, which for me, like, I don't really like Game Boy Color or NES games really, like, visually generally, so it was pretty good to even like kind of like it. And yeah, I played like an airship level and stuff, and it was really fun. The overworld is fun. Yeah, I like it. I should play more sometime. But no, I have to I've made Mario World like my Shinkansen game for some reason. Like when I'm on the train, I'll play it when I'm going someplace. I don't know. I guess because like I don't feel so judged if I play such like a normal game, and it's also like so easy to focus on when I'm like nervous about going someplace new. But yeah, I've been making some progress in Mario World. I'm on the world that's like after the cave level finally. I was on the cave level for a long time. I use save states, but like not aggressively. Like I'm getting better. I'm getting better. The Mario Wonder is like, oh my god. I'm so happy I have that game. You. Yeah, so some of these worlds, I think, become, like, really beautiful and really come to life in the Forgo version. This one right here is just kind of like an introduction to the concept, I would say. I'm, like, not losing my brain over it. But the next one is amazing. The water one is, like, why I like Forgo Island so much. That's what I was wondering. Because I really like Kirby's Adventure. It's like my one NES game. And I kind of felt like a similar, like, nice visual to it. My cousin Tony plays such funny games. He plays a lot of, like, party games and indie games. Like, really fun games. I feel like it's very him to have gotten into Cult of the Lamb. He has, like, 7 games. And one of them is, like, a Boomerang Fu, which is, like, a party game that he's played, like, a ton of hours on, mostly by himself. And then he has, like, Moving Out, which he really enjoys, and Cult of the Lamb, it looks like him and his boyfriend got into. I think about you every time Super Mario Kart comes up, Vanessa Sensei. I watched a YouTuber I like called Shafrillis do a whole look back on... Oh, gosh. Oh, dang! That was, like, a critical hit. Did you see how long I was in hit stun? That bull was a gamer. Yeah, I watched him do, like, ranking of every single Mario Kart game's tracks, because he really likes Mario Kart, and he did not grow up with Super Mario Kart, does not like Super Mario Kart. Definitely not a video for Vanessa's, because he was not loving to it, but, he, really liked Bowser's Castle 3. Like, he made it a special point to say that, like, while he wasn't excited about the Bowser, like, levels and everything, Bowser Castle 3 was really banging. And then in the Mario Kart 8 Wave 6 DLC, they just put out an incredible remake of Bowser Castle 3. And it is very faithful. Like, it keeps all the parts of the track, but it goes up and down and has ramps and, like, all this crazy stuff. Like, stuff that used to just be, like, I don't know, walls and thwomps to not go through. Now you can go on top of them. And I think it, to be honest, it's one of my favorite uses of the anti-grav mechanic because it's all like a big half pipe, but it still follows that same setup that it has in the SNES game. Like most SNES tracks in 8 are just kind of like flat places you drive through, SNES and Game Boy both. But this one is nuts. Like they took the track layout and they really like went to town on it. I think it's like a crazy glow up. It's just a really, really, really cool reinterpretation. I guess they did a similar thing with Boo Lake, come to think of it. Whatever Banshee track that was based on. I always thought it was just Banshee Boardwalk. And that might have been because of Mario Kart DS. But like I played a little bit of Super Circuit. Oh, absolutely, Vanessa. Yeah, it's hard for me to go back because I started with Double Dash. It's just hard for me to go to the 2D ones at all. Yeah, Tornado is so goated. I could talk about this game forever. And okay, I'll be honest, I haven't put down a lot of script for this, but I've thought about making a gigantic review type video for this game, like a really, really big review for it, because I like Arlo really inspired me to make like long reviews for things, and this would be a really good game to do my first one with. And I could talk about this game for like 3 hours with the script probably. I haven't actually started development because it's hard for me to even get like normal videos done. I'm still finding my footing. But no, I could talk for ages about how they reinterpreted Kirby into the action of this game. Like it's actually a Mario 64 Ocarina of Time moment. And one part of it is letting Tornado and Needle pick up stars to use as counterattacks is super genius. Like they really took what was just kind of sitting there and not strung together in an overly compelling way with 2D Kirby's gameplay and action specifically, and they made it this amazing like push and pull but very simple and intuitive experience. Like I don't know, I think what I was just doing there is just like genius game design. Oh my gosh, remake Double Dash? That'd be so cool. Wait, I missed 4? I like unapologetically missed 4 and moved on. That sucks. I didn't really intend to do that, but yeah, no, I can't picture it. It seems to get dunked on. Oh my gosh, I also watch Shifrless. He's funny. He's not like one of my favorite YouTubers. He kind of annoys me sometimes because he can just be so confident about stuff. Like he made a video that was like, I like anime now, and it was like his fast opinions on like the 50 most popular anime, and I didn't even watch that because like I get annoyed hearing him talk about stuff that I like where he's like so confident about his opinions and stuff like that, and like I don't agree with him. But like for him to come into a medium he hasn't even spent a lot of time with and then be like, I'm the smart guy about it, I was just like, I don't really have time for that. But I like him. Like his videos are really entertaining, but he's not like in my top tier. He's like a B minus tier YouTuber in my heart. I like watching his videos, but it's like I don't watch all of them. I will say I've learned a lot about appreciating animated movies from watching his videos, though. Oh my gosh. Noreen, how do I pronounce that name? Because now I'm a fan. It happened really randomly. I let it happen. Forest of Illusion. I think I'm on a bridge area. I'm on like Cheese Bridge or something. Susie? Oh really? Susie and the Banshees? Huh. That's cute. I like that a lot. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. I think it's unfair because yeah, there's just kind of something that changed about the sensibilities of like what we even expect in a Mario Kart level that happened after probably 64. So for me as like a Double Dash kid, it's like hard to go back a lot. But I will say, thanks to watching Shifrless's video, I really enjoy a lot of the backgrounds in Super Circuit. Like I think Sunset Wild, I don't think it really translated that well to 3D. I think it was more pretty as sprite art. Challenges. Yeah, I could if you're there for a challenge, then yeah, that probably is a very appealing game. I don't know, I can see some cool stuff. Like I can see how like the feather skips and stuff are really fun. But for me, I can't get past the graphics. I struggle with that and Star Fox and F-Zero. Star Fox I can't even look at. But I mean, I'm just someone who is so like sensory with things. Like it's funny because I think artistically I really like 16 and 32-bit pixel art the best. I think it's really beautiful and stuff. But a lot of my favorite games are actually 2D, 3D, like Tropical Freeze, Modern Kirby, Mario Wonder. Letting the cat out of the bag. A lot of my favorite games end up being like a very like soft and pleasant looking 2D, 3D. And I think it's because it's probably the most appealing to like my sensory stuff and like actually being able to feel stuff. I'm not really a 3D game person. Like Splatoon, Pikmin 4 and Kirby have done a lot for getting me into actual 3D games. Oh gosh. Not like this. Not like this. They're flashing like they're on. Not like this. Checking to see if my computer is blue screened. Yeah, I feel like just kind of like the softer and more like straight up pleasant you can make a game look and feel, like the more it appeals to me generally. So it is a little bit hard for me to go back to stuff where like the expressive power was more limited. But that said, I do really enjoy certain things that like are very like not stylized, but like of their time. Like black and white Game Boy graphics are really, really appealing, and I'll talk about that in the end of the year video. But oh Christ alive. Oh, there we go. Hey, okay. Why are you my poor pink Joy-Con. But yeah, so I kind of like struggle. Like I can honestly get like sensory headaches and stuff from like Mario 1, Zelda 1, stuff like that with like really harsh colors, I would say, can be really hard for me. And like I had a phase where honestly Kirby's Adventure, I think, took me from a casual Kirby fan to a big Kirby fan. And there was an era of my life where I played that game like every 2 weeks. I would play that game and I'd replay that game because it was so fun. But it is hard now to get into like the crunchy 8-bit style for me. And it's also hard for me to go low poly. So it's been interesting. I've had to kind of play Kirby 64 slowly as I'm kind of getting into it. And I think that game is helping me a lot with low poly because like they weren't able to be very nuanced in their expressions. So they just had to be so aggressively charming. Like they had to put everything into charm. Every single thing is so round and shaped and cute and holdable, and it's just amazing. So it's like really easy to it's so easy to feel the love and stuff where like I don't know, sometimes like I can feel the emptiness which is funny as somebody who likes like web core and liminal spaces and stuff, but sometimes I can't help but feel the emptiness of like a big empty blank skybox or something, like the emotional emptiness. Huh. I honestly haven't. I haven't tried anything like that. That sounds really interesting. I was starting to look into getting a Super Famicom while I'm in Japan, but now I'm not super sure if I'm going to stay past the first year, so I've kind of put a pause on that. But if I did get my own Super Famicom, I might get a CRT for it. Do I have any Waddle Dees left to get in the Arrival continent? Oh my god, no, you're so real, Momoka. Arlo made a good video about how he wants to, like, about like what games he thinks are going to be really nice to see graphically in the next gen. And he was saying how he doesn't see how, this is going to be fun to read. He can't see how Mario Kart 8 could get any more beautiful. But I think that the next Mario Kart will be a lot more stylized. Because I agree with him. I think they hit a peak of, like, cartoonish, realistically graphic, like, I don't know, like movie quality energy with 8 Deluxe, but I don't think 8 Deluxe has a very strong art style. Like I'm sure it does if you play like GTA, or not GTA, but like normal racing games. I'm sure it's very stylized in the way that people who play like Elder Scrolls will tell me that Breath of the Wild, Todic are stylized, but I'm talking Kirby Dream Land 3 stylized. When I say stylized, like I'm talking like really strong artistic identity, like very kind of like whack. So I think the next Mario Kart, to set it aside from like the HD glory of 8 Deluxe, like instead of more Kong fur, I think it's gonna be like just like some kind of like, I think I just lost it, some kind of visual, like not gimmick, but arts, like strong art style. Dream Buffet. We're talking Dream Buffet here. Yeah, Dream Buffet is another, well, it's interesting because like so much of I think the appeal of that game, Juno pointed out that I was confusing when I talked about this, but to me the detail is really good on making the food look kind of real. Like it's not realistic, but it's well textured. It's really well brought to life. It makes me so sad to hear you say that. I really legitimately haven't opened Civ 2 since the first weekend. I was really happy with it, and I've been waiting to get back into it, but then I heard from Nico that like folks just aren't enjoying it, and I realized like the card art is not speaking to me, and I'm really sad that I might not get into it. And also, people are saying that Song for Prism looks ugly, which makes me sad. I hope I can enjoy Song for Prism just because, like, I generally enjoy Shiny Colors card art so much. But I think people are saying, like, the CG sucks or something for Song for Prism. Like, I'm not a CG snob, but I don't know. I was excited for that game. Did I get a worse time? I got a notably worse time. What happened? Wait, have you played Dreamland 3? Have you played Dreamland 3, Momoka? Do you have a Nintendo Switch Online? You do, because of Splatoon. You gotta play Dreamland 3. Dreamland 3 is, oh my god. Like, if Yoshi were in the picture, Dreamland 3 would be, like, the ultimate pastel Nintendo game. Dreamland 3 is, like, people never talk about those Kirby games, but I literally made a Twitter thread last night. Like, I could, like, link it to you. I literally made a Twitter thread last night about how I think Dreamland 3 and Kirby 64 deserve to be talked about a lot more in Nintendo spaces, because, like, Kirby 64 goes harder than so many Nintendo games in establishing characters and making you care about them. Even though it's still a Kirby game and it's not, like, heavy on the story, they will, like, use cutscenes to introduce characters to travel with you at different points throughout World 1, instead of just having them all be with you, like in Return to Dreamland. Again, like, my favorite game of all time, nothing against it, but that game, you know, you just roll up with Kirby, Meta Knight, and King Dedede, and it's like, why are they together? Because they're the mascots, you know what I mean? Yes! Wait, no, that's a no. We didn't do it. Come on. No, yes, it is a yes. Great. But, like, comparing that game, which is supposed to be about traveling with your buds, to Kirby 64, you realize that Kirby 64, again, by Nintendo's low standards, uses so many tactics. Like, God, there's cutscenes where you meet everybody. There's, oh my gosh, wait. I was thinking about taking a break at some point, and we only have an hour left. Let me think for a second. I might do a tiny Kirby 64 break to show you some of this stuff. They do so much to make that game endearing. Oh my god, you have to, Momoka. Yeah, if you have Nintendo Switch Online or you pay for it for a month, you can play it there. Or you can pirate it. You can just straight up pirate it. We're really on the final hour. Okay, let me think. Let me think. I know what I have to do, but I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it. What the fuck is this? Is that normal? Oh my god, why is the HDMI so far out? Well. Come on, HDMI. Come on. Come on, guy. Goodbye. Yeah. Wii U time, baby. We're taking a Kirby Crystal Shards break. I think I've got to stream this next month. I think it'll probably be a 2-week stream, or maybe 3 around Christmas time. But I have to show you some of this. What's that sound? Come on, Wii U, hang in there. So you're getting that. Why is TV not getting TV? Oh, because I didn't change the HDMI. All right, everyone. You're going through this 64 phase with me. This is my beautiful Wii U. I think this is maybe the channel debut. Yeah, I love my Wii U. It's in Japan now. It's like the most excited I've ever been to have a Wii U is having my dad ship it to me. Yeah, a lot of amazing GBA games I've not played. These three I've not played a lot of. Wario Land 4, 2024. Thank you, Ravi. I worked so hard. I was playing this so much in the apocalypse years, like building up to the eShop going down. So I worked really hard to like give it all the love I could. Cause I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna mod my Wii U. At least not for a while. I know I'm not gonna mod my main 3DS. I might mod one of the other ones, and I might mod my Wii. But for now, I really wanted to make a couple like legit ones. Oh my gosh, you're on Twitter too? Super Sappho 64. Oh my gosh. You gotta be ready. If we're gonna link Twitters, you gotta be ready. Cause I live on this app. Super Sappho 64. I don't post anything like upsetting, but oh my gosh. Oh Gaza. Oh my gosh. Yep, we're connecting. Yeah, this is I spec heavy into my Twitter. This is like spec. This is like my absolute main social media. You can read a very long rant of mine about Kirby 64. We're all in this. We're all in this together. Seriously, good username. Okay, yeah, we're taking a quick break. I can't believe how streamable the end game is. There's just so much to do in the end game of Forgo Land. Oh, I always forget this is soda. I can't shake it. I've got Deca Vita C, which I think is like an energy drink. It tastes so much like Monster that I'm so glad I can get the flavor and not drink Monster. This at least seems to be better for me. I formed such an unholy bond with that beverage. It's a lot. It's like you either get in or you don't. This is the Kirby anniversary disc, the 20th anniversary disc. I love this object. It's so amazing except for the DDD fat joke. It's like actually so amazing. Yeah, I had a phase where it was really going back and experiencing the 90s Kirby's games, and I guess also the 80s one, that made me like a hardcore Kirby fan. Now most of these games are either in like the low A tier or high B plus tier. Yeah, so Kirby's Dream Land, gosh, what's hard? It's hard to put it's hard because all three of my favorite Kirby games are among my favorite Kirby games of all time. So in that way, I feel like I should use S tier for them. But at the same time, it's hard to have three games in S tier. But if they are S tier, then Dreamland 3 is like B plus A minus. Kirby's Adventure is like an awesome A minus. Dreamland 2 is like B plus A minus. Superstar and Dreamland 3, to be honest, are some of the only games I haven't connected with very strongly. Like B minus, C plus, B minus, I would say. But they're awesome and they're so special. But this is like aggressively an A tier game now. I think for me, Crystal Shards, Mass Attack, and Forgotten Land are in my top 6. Like they're all A tier games. I know, right? I just think this is insane. I just think they were out of their minds for this game. I'm about to show you some of the mini games that maybe if we all end up paying for Nintendo Switch Online someday, when the corporate powers take over the world, we can play together. I I only discovered them in the options menu like this week, but yeah, here's the exposition. There's this whole fairy world that does not exist in the rest of the series, and Dark Matter, who's like the overarching villain for this trilogy, is being evil and shit, and this girl who's like important to the ending asks Ribbon to take care of the crystal, and now Kirby has a new friend. Like, it's an actual story, and now we're gonna spend the whole game collecting crystal shards, and Ribbon's gonna be with us the entire time. Like, it's literally like they made a character, and like it's not just like a villain, it's like an actual character who has like a bearing on the story and the gameplay. It's just like, it's just whack. Like, they went so hard with making characters here. And oh, I finally got an enemy card. I wanted to check it out. I've never done this before. Oh my gosh. Wait, how do I can I open it? Not really. Can I read them? I just think they were insane for this game. God, that's right, Robbie. We've had 10 years. We've had 10 years of being connected on Twitter. That's like our main connection, yeah. What is this track? Why does it go so hard? Yeah, that's exactly what it is, Vanessa. It's like, yeah, this game is like, I mean, because the bar is so low, this game is so good at making us care about these characters. So there's mini games, and instead of playing as like, I mean, I guess it's really just they replaced Meta Knight with Adeline, I guess, but instead of like the classic quartet being here just arbitrarily, you have like this total OC character, which is a silly thing to say. Oh, I'm gonna get bullied, aren't I? You have Adeline and Waddle Dee, who's like becoming a character for the first time in this game, and it's just like crazy shit. King Dedede is going through like a character arc here. Like, he consciously chooses to help you instead of being a villain, which is a huge first. Like, they just went so hard, and like, again, like, this is where like these games are just so like uniquely beautiful, I would say. Just like this background is so beautiful. There's like a nice color scheme with the pastels. Like, this is just nuts. Like, what were they on here? It's so charming. I grew up with the early 2000s Kirby games that people hold in really high esteem, like or not early, but mid 2000s, like Superstar Ultra and Amazing Mirror, and I think they look really generic compared to what came before them. And like, story-wise, they're a lot more generic. They just don't spec as much into their story. I am getting bullied. Like, they were insane for this. This minigame is so charming to me. The background is so pretty, and there's a different background for every difficulty level. Like, it's so obvious they're dealing with like limited polygons, but like the faces are so expressive, and with like literal like 1 or 2 part animations, like they can make everybody look so expressive in this game. It's just totally nuts. It's like, yeah, I think it's definitely like niche. I don't know. It's like, I'm not always in the mood for it, but now that I've been like getting it, it's just hitting so hard. The locals. Yeah, it seems like it would take a lot of grinding. Like, I think these are such fun mini games also, just like on their own. Just like every little asset has to be so cute. Like, there's so many details in the background here with like the puddles and the speckles and stuff like that. God. I'm just amazed by like what they did do with the texture work in order to make it look charming. It's just so easy to see the artistry. These frogs are like unskippable. The hopscotch is so cute. I'm dying. They've got alternate colors for everybody that fit like some kind of overall pastel aesthetic. It's crazy. I think the harsh colors are my least favorite part of the game. Besides just like when I'm not feeling low poly. But yeah, like the mini games have a really nice art style with like the color scheme. And let me show you the first level, because I have a shard to get. So like right there, like the world map is you and your friends like choosing a place to go. And they bothered to animate Kirby and Ribbon going off because they're like the main adventuring party. And your other 3 friends that you collect are always around together. The picnic! Like, they're always having a picnic. Like, they do a lot to make you feel like you're actually on an adventure. And yeah, so right from the get-go, I've been noticing you can do really crazy copy abilities, like, right from the beginning. And it was like, the levels have been kind of boring. It's just kind of like walking and attacking enemies, basically, even compared to other Kirby games. But it makes it feel like the real focus is just like experimenting, which is definitely tricky, and it kind of reminds me of Tears of the Kingdom, where like I really like the story and I like the emotions, but the game plays a little bit like watery and overly experimental maybe. But just look at the background, like look at the tiny little like particles with the circles and stuff. Like this isn't even like my favorite level because like the greens are a little harsh for me, but I don't know, just like every little flower. They're so pretty. Like, they did everything they could to make this look pretty. Like, these boss fights are brainless. It's definitely not, like, a masterpiece, but... Yeah! And you can get the lightsaber right there in the first room. Right, Noreen. This is, like, if you haven't seen, Kirby 64 copy abilities, this is like, instead of mixing with Animal Friends in Dreamland 3, you just mix abilities on their own, and they're so weird. Like, they're incredibly dramatic and silly. So Cutter and Fire. If I did Cutter and Fire, I'd already have the lightsaber. And I think Cutter and Fire are your first options. The low poly food is really nice. Like, look at this little dandelion with this little, like, glow effect. It's just, like, so charming. Yeah, it was my con presentation, because this was, like, the craziest... This is the craziest mixing ability of them all. And it's funny, because, this and Forgotten Land are the only games to have you spit out enemy bodies instead of, stars. And it's really funny because I only played 64 2 months before Forgotten Land came out. It was my last new mainline Kirby game to play. So I did not grow up with this or anything. It was only my second replay. This is just crazy. This is another one of the absolute most fun abilities, and you can get it right from the start. Oh, does this skip the cutscene? This is the cutscene where we recruited Waddle Dee. Like, there's a cutscene for all 3 of these guys here. Wait, what am I doing? So swag. There's a cutscene for rescuing or like befriending all 3 of these little guys here. What am I supposed to do for that one? I don't know. But here, this will be another really good example. So for starters, if you can't hear the music, it's like, this is one of the prettiest game tracks ever. Let that sink in. Now I feel like a DJ. Yeah, the last world's kind of crazy. Yeah, this comes up on like relaxing Nintendo autumn playlists that I will take my baths to in the bathtub. Yeah! This song has been stuck in my head for days. Like, I'll just stop and think about this. In Noreen, like, with how beautiful this is, like, the winter level is this, which is a kind of a winter level song on its own, but even more beautiful and wintry. It's a really strong winter world, like, really strong, one of the best. Right, it feels nostalgic even if you didn't make a connection to it. I suppose I should give the people what they want. Lightsaber Kirby. There's 2 separate lightsabers you can make. Or 2 separate swords? I guess this one's enough of a lightsaber for me. Kirby can just straight up make a sword. And again, this is one of the first combos you can even make in the game. So this game is like all about fucking around and finding out. Oh, I can't say that. This game's all about Frosted Flakes. You have like 2 modes too. The chaotic way that he holds it and like walks on his tiptoes while smiling. You have a reverse grip, like what? Like what were they thinking? Like, yeah, I don't think the level design is interesting enough to call it like a missed masterpiece or anything. But like, it's, again, like there is a time before Forgotten Land where on Twitter or something, which we're now going to share together, Midori-sensei, you would have to like say that Kirby is like speccing more into like charm and everything versus game design to like be able to say that it's like a good Nintendo game because it's so easy. I would say 3D Kirby is unapologetically great, like in all of the ways when it comes to that stuff, but with this game, but if like, yeah, if we're willing to say that like a game can be a great game without having like the most like high difficulty or interesting level design, this is the game where like they spec so hard into stuff that other games just won't bother with like soul and charm and creativity and stuff. And like sometimes people would be like, oh, Kirby's the charm, relaxing, creative series. It's not about level design. But then they don't say that this is one of the greatest Nintendo games ever, like for certain reasons. Like I think Twilight Princess is kind of unbalanced and like not the best Zelda game, but it goes the hardest with like stories and characters and plot beats of any Nintendo game I've ever seen. And in a similar way, this goes the furthest with like characters and like a sense of adventure of at least any Kirby game. Give the people what they want. This is the other lightsaber, and you can get it in level 2. Yeah, the little wobbly parasol guys are amazing. Although I will say, again, like with the dark matter mixing ability games, like I don't even think we have Parasol. We definitely don't. I think there's Parasol with the animal friends, like Parasol, Coo, and stuff like that, but there's no Parasol in this. So it is tough. There's only like 8 abilities, but they mix. The dual blade is nuts! I grew up with the prequel trilogy, so I am a clown, and I am very nostalgic about them. Lego Star Wars going nuts with that. I feel like the first Lego Star Wars was actually prequel. It wasn't even, yeah, they had to make the second Lego Star Wars be the original trilogy. It's so good. So this is the secret sauce. So it's not just the cutscenes where you meet the characters, but randomly as you go throughout the adventure, Waddle Dee will pop up to save you in a bind, and Adeline will give you items in like a break room, and you'll have playable DDD sections where you can break through heavy stuff with his hammer. So this goes so hard for making it feel like you're on an adventure with your friends, and no other Kirby game does this. I just think it's amazing. It's like set pieces and stuff. It makes it so much more. I think if it were mixed into a more all-around, like, well-balanced game, it would have more of an impact and get people thinking about it more, but I just think it's, like, it's so cool, and it's just not something that gets done very much anymore. But I will say, like, I think what happens with Elfilin with, like, one plot beat, again, the only plot beat in Forgotten Land, is pretty good, like, in terms of, like, kind of going back to this, like, actually using a character to drive your motivation style. Yeah, that's where we met Adeline. So yeah, the characters are just like really naturally placed throughout the whole game, and it just creates such a subtle but powerful vibe. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. I couldn't even tell you what I would feel if I played Lego Star Wars now. It has actually been so long. And that was like literally my first video game. Yeah, he's being himself. He's eating. Okay, that was a good break. Good break. What is everybody's history with the Lego Star Wars series here? Manually changing games makes you feel like a disc jockey. Never Lego. Yeah, Crash, from what I have seen, is exactly that, where it's like half the first 3D platformer and half a 3D 2D game. But I think you're right that it was one of the first ones, but I bet there was other ones before, like Klonoa. I saw somebody compare like the first Klonoa to this, so now I kind of want to look at that more. He is a little buddy, Momoka. It is not the point of Kirby to have a little buddy. Noreen, we can work it into your diet. Lego Batman sounds really fun. I've never been tempted by any other Lego games, but I would probably mess with that heavy. Me, because I secretly want Lego games to be goth. Me too. I missed out on a lot by being exclusively a Nintendo kid. Okay, going from going from 64 to Forgotten Land is really hitting me right now. Because, like, seriously, it's not just because I played these two games in a row. There are so many ways that they are uniquely similar. Like, there are so many things that just haven't happened in Kirby since 64 that happen in Forgotten Land. Like, there's been no Elfalin since Ribbon. Like, Ribbon and Elfalin are the only characters like themselves in the mainline games. Every other character is either, like, a boss that becomes your friend or Meta Knight and King Dedede. It's just, like, I feel like they must have actually gone back to 64 and just, like, asked it for advice out of politeness when they came back to finish the job and actually make a 3D Kirby game. It looks like my clouds just cleared up. Because there's just so many weirdly, subtly similar things. And yeah, I would say my big three games are all S. Kirby Forgotten Land is A+ in my heart. And then 64 is probably A tier. And I think, unless I revisit and I don't like it anymore, I think Mass Attack is also an A. An A. It's weird for me to rank Air Ride. It's really hard for me to rank Air Ride, but some spin-offs I can rank. I guess Dream Buffet is also an A. If Kirby's Adventure is an A-, then it's definitely A. It was the true Forgotten Land. Yeah, we all forgot it. I always wonder, I'm probably going to get a lot older before I end up having a Final Fantasy era. Because I do share blood with Final Fantasy V, and I have a nice copy on Game Boy. Because my favorite Dragon Quest was kind of like one of the Final Fantasy V games, with like 4 customizable characters. So I've always loved that. Like the Bravely Default thing, the Final Fantasy V thing, the Dragon Quest III thing. That's always been like super cool for me. But there's just a lot about Final Fantasy that's just like not like my thing. Just like not like my kind of fantasy. So I've not been dragged directly there. This is the funniest thing ever because I always joke about like I always joke about Yoshi games Mega Man games and Sonic games as like, am I just gonna keep getting into new things forever? Like, am I actually gonna end up having like a Sonic era or a Yoshi era? But I've kind of been thinking about playing Inti Creates like Azure Striker games next year, and also Yoshi games. So I am getting into more series that I missed out on, which is like, it feels like a meme. Like, I've done so much of that in the last couple of years that I thought I was just kind of be done. But no, I'm probably never gonna be done. But it's gonna be a while till I get to like Dark Souls or Final Fantasy or anything. Like the really big ones that I don't play. Yeah, that is definitely in your blood. It's a good vibe. It's a very Robbie vibe. When there's a Final Fantasy Metroidvania, let me know and we can experience it together somehow. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I think I want to actually dodge all this junk. I remember you. Okay, this is a bit much. Katamari Damacy. We'll see about that. I'm not silly or slay enough. Epic Yarn! Epic Yarn is really cool. I gotta replay it, honestly. I was playing so many Kirby games when I like gave it my first proper playthrough that it kind of... Yeah, I played it and Mario Odyssey at the same time, and they both just like didn't stick in my brain very well. But I grew up with it. Like, I grew up like not playing a lot of it. Like, I grew up dabbling in it. Alright, place your bets. Am I gonna get this? I got this. They have 1 month to release Dream Buffet new content. Getting lost? That's wild. That's wild. Did you get that? That was Adventure Time. Speaking of Adventure Time. Oh my gosh. Speaking of like the past and being nerds, I have never... Okay, I did not watch a lot of cartoons growing up. They were like kind of soft banned because like my parents didn't like a lot of them. Like they thought that like Nickelodeon cartoons were too annoying. Like Fairly Odd Parents was huge when I was a kid and they thought that that was like too annoying. So I didn't watch much cartoons, but I also didn't watch much TV generally. So there's like a lot that I missed out on. Like I've had to go back to watch Avatar and Adventure Time. God, I'm glad that I did. But I was just like, okay, what the fuck is Invader Zim? I was just like, what the fuck is Invader Zim? What is everyone talking about with this? I've been watching like clips on YouTube of Invader Zim moments. My head is spinning. I have no idea. I'm so confused. Everything is so like mean. Everything is so like shitty. Like, it's like the main character is like a shitty villain. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. Like the main character is a villain and like a jerk, but then also like all the other humans in his school are just like drawn to be so like crude and gross and unlikable. Like everybody's drawn to be crude and gross and unlikable, and like my sensitive little soul is like, what is this? Like, what am I watching? I like, oh my god. Like I really like how expressive and like loud the voice acting is, but it's also wicked grating. It's like so extra all the time. Like it's a lot. It is a complete culture shock for me. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. Oh yeah, that guy, Butch Hartman. That's a shame. That's a huge shame. My friend loved see, there's an alternate time where me, like my friend Liz, got into Ben 10 or Danny Phantom. I remember actually Danny Phantom would kind of hit the like anime bone for me, where I'd be like, what is this? What's going on here? Like I'd be like, what gender is going on here? And I'd be kind of scared by it, which is a whole part of being in 4th grade for me. It's a shame. A lot of people love those shows. I have nothing against Fairly Odd Parents, but I do have a lot against Butch Hartman. But oh my god, no! I just like obviously knew like Invader Zim was like a huge thing, but I never had any idea what was going on there. And I looked at it, and like I kind of get it. Like, I kind of get the appeal. Like, there's something so tasty about the whole world. Like, the colors of everything are really appealing. And just, like, it's annoying, but, like, I can really respect just, like, how extra it is. Like, the humor is so annoying. The humor is so annoying to me. But, like, it is so much. Like, it is so aggressively what it is that I have, like, nothing but respect. Didn't let you. What were they worried about? Oh my gosh, that's like iconic behavior though. Indigo League exclusively. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of Pokemon because it was the only anime on TV. So like I was very sensitive about it and I really liked it, and it was uncomfortable when like people would be like, "Hey, what's this cringe stuff?" Cuz like you would go from like a normal like TV show tone or like a cartoon tone to like this very dramatic, earnest anime tone. And that was, like, a little much for me. Like, I was always so embarrassed. And, I mean, we actually did, like, my sister and I actually did watch 4Kids a little bit. So, like, there was a bit of anime going on. But it was so obvious, like, when anime came on, it would be kind of like a mood shift, I guess. Like, I don't know. We just didn't watch a lot of anime. We did not watch a lot of Avatar. I probably would have been happier if I did, but... I am struggling here. Driving's hard. This is crazy. Like I thought we'd just like play like all of the endgame content, but there's so much to do. Including Kirby 64. So I've been very negative, like in like the pre-release era, because there was news about it and the details about it back when I was watching Avatar for the first time with Liz, and I will say like there is a like in that time, I think partially because of just like a lot of stuff we had going on when we were living in the codependency household. When we were living in like the toxic apartment during lockdown, there was a pretty big aversion to like adult media. It was very much all three of us like kind of getting our validation to like enjoy cute stuff again. And like that's when I became a big Kirby fan. So like nothing but respect to like the growth arc or whatever. But like when we heard there was going to be like sex and stuff in the live action Avatar, it got a very negative reaction out of like my friend Liz and like even me to some degree. I'm like, what the heck? But yeah, so it kind of started with this like really negative image of like, oh, they're just gonna like try to make it all teeny and like whatever. So I never really thought about it, but I had like very low hopes and I was kind of like negative towards it because like there's also gonna be like more Avatar media coming out. But then like I saw the trailer and I'm like, okay, whatever, I guess I'll watch it. And like I thought it was kind of cool. The settings were cool. Like Zuko's room was like definitely Zuko's room. Someone on Tumblr pointed out how much better the costumes are for sure. I like that they showed Azula really early. Like I don't know why Azula is already in the picture if it's gonna be season 1. I don't know. Hopefully not much. I don't know. I mean, they put a lot of emphasis on Suki and Sokka, and it's like, yeah, I guess they can fuck, but they're gonna be alone doing it. So, I'm so bad with the PG. It's hard to go PG, but I want to work on it. I want to have it, that mood. Like, I guess, like, if you have to, I don't know, is this like a Netflix thing? Like, was there some producer, like, trying to, like, put a certain spin on it? I don't know. Like, I'm not opposed to sex and things, but Avatar is just kind of weird. So I have no idea if or how that's gonna manifest. It may even have just been, like, it may have been an earlier thing where, like, they started wanting to make it feel more grown up, and then they were like, what if we just made it normally good? I don't know. But, the casting seemed cool. I didn't, like, recognize any actors, but I also don't know any actors. But, like, I don't know. Everybody looked like their character. I saw a guy who was going to be Iroh, and I'm like, that guy's Iroh. Yeah, more fundamentally, I don't think it's meeting a need of mine. Like, if it were on TV, I'd be like, hey, let's watch some Avatar, but yeah, I'd really rather to see more media. in the Avatar world. Yeah, so this place is kind of a gigantic bop. Look at the water. It's just, oh my god! How many times have you been in water that looks this way? Going from being in my floaty spinning to like a typhoon taking down these snowmen. This water is so beautiful. If you're weird, if you're weird, this is the most beautiful thing ever. Oh my god! And you can just snow skate through it. Ah! This is really what sold me on this area. I was like not pumped. I didn't even play. When I first sat down with this game, I didn't even go straight to doing this because I was worried about getting burned out, to be honest. Did I get that? I don't know if I got that or not. But holy crap, it's just like, yeah, because like I got so tired of replaying levels in Star Allies, so I thought I would hate this, but I don't know, it's just right. Like it is just right as a chaser for the main game. And it is so uniquely gorgeous. Holy crap. It is so pretty. Like, what the heck with this colors? Oh my gosh. It gets even better. Oh my gosh, it gets even better. I guess we're not going anymore. Big baby gator. I will say, yeah, I hope ice is a little bit different in the next game. I don't know why they took sprinkle ice out. It's a little bit boring, which is a huge shame because it's like top 3 abilities for me normally. Normally, beam, bomb, and ice are my favorites. Like across games. I wasn't like crazy about Wild Edge's character design at first, but he's totally growing on me. I like don't even exactly remember who we had as a sword sub-boss before. We probably didn't have one. Wow, that was dramatic. And I've still got his blade. Oh, but I'm totally using ice. Oh my gosh, did I really miss one? It's totally missable, right? Oh no. Yeah, I'm like, I don't have a lot of opinions or feelings about like 3D and CG, or sorry, live action and CG. So like, I don't know what I feel about Appa or Momo, but wait, this is so goopy. Can I do anything about it? Mario Sunshine taught me if there's a will. Uh-oh. Oh! I think I just lost one of the heart pieces to the whirlpool. Yeah, you're right, Noreen. And sometimes like this is really easy to 100%, and then sometimes it's just like blink and you'll miss it, and I have to replay the whole level. That's not great. It's not. Yeah, you could per se lean into an explicitly leftist interpretation. That is kind of a, I mean, that's at the heart of a lot of discussions right now. Like, why do we need just to live action everything animated? It's just like, if that ever spoke to me, it spoke to me briefly and then I moved on. But the issue is I also don't like live action as much as animation. Oh my gosh, wait, Midori Sensei, you are surely aware of the new Nintendo movie, right? Surely that was a discussion you took part in this week. I probably need more gun, but we got ice. Yeah, I need more gun. Yeah, the Zelda movie. It's a shame. I mean, personally, I enjoy Detective Pikachu and the Mario movie a lot. I am no snob. Like, I really, really, really enjoyed them. So I'm kind of the target audience for just like a whatever fun thing. But everybody is upset. Everybody is like fussying about it, which is like understandable. Because everybody got themselves convinced we were going to get a Studio Ghibli Zelda movie, which is like objectively a great idea, but That's a very specific dream. I would say my question is whether they're gonna go for like a Breath of the Wild era, like nature is beautiful kind of movie, or like a fan service packed Ocarina of Time thing where it's like you go through all the different race areas and then get like the magic stones and fight like a super classic Ganondorf. I feel like it's either gonna be like a super loose interpretation where it's like nature is beautiful, Ghibli values, Breath of the Wild, or it's gonna be like this one's for the Zelda fans, but it's been watered down enough for everybody to enjoy it. With CG Gorons. Voiced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Thank you, Elfalyn. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That is, yeah. I can certainly hear that. Why are we in a blue, abandoned, industrial complex? Like, what? This game is so beautiful. If you're particularly weird. Takoyaki looking so good. I've been eating a lot of takoyaki lately. It's becoming kind of a comfort food. It's very round. I think you're right. I think it's gonna be an origin movie, but it's like, at the same time, like, well, there's a question of whether they're gonna say that, like it's probably gonna be like Wind Waker, where he, like, steps up to become the hero in, like, a relatable way, instead of just, like, having it thrust upon him. But it's a question of if he's gonna be the first Link, or if it's gonna be, like, a prophecy thing. I mean, because they failed so spectacularly to make Skyward Sword be the first Link, like, they literally aimed to do that and failed and still fell back on the prophecy. I doubt they're going to be able to pull it off in the movie. So it's going to be like, he's the first Link because there's a legacy story about the hero. Like, I don't know. After the Mario movie, I can't picture them not doing an origin story for everybody's first movie. Another crazy thing that I tweeted is, it's funny more people aren't talking about how this pretty much deconfirms the Smash Bros. Cinematic universe, because besides, like, Universal versus Sony as rights holders, like, they're just not gonna gel. Like, we're just not gonna have this Link meet this Mario. It's a pretty big deal. Round food, round games. It's funny how many round Metroidvanias and cool games I've been able to find. I'm definitely finding my balance as I go from, like, cute repulsed back to, like, cute loving like I used to be, without becoming cool repulsed. So I feel like I've been very happy with my gaming this year. Very well balanced. I used to just not understand the appeal of cool games before Metroid and Castlevania. I mean, like, I did, but I didn't understand it. Live action Kirby? I can't even picture it. I guess I always imagine animation for Kirby. I can't picture live action Kirby at all. Yeah, this area is like, this goes hard. This gets really, really beautiful. I mean, it's already fun. Like, this is already such a cool idea, skating on the water. Let's go. Ah! No, please. Just some buff man. With, like, a pink hat or something. There's absolutely no doing that. There's no way. There's no way. John Kirby. Yeah, Robbie, that's my thing. Like, I think that the reason that they're doing this new team up instead of Universal is that I think they want some trusted people who can do, like, cool live action adaptations of other things, like Metroid, should they want to do Metroid someday. Because you can picture how the Metroid and Zelda movies would be handled by one team, and then a lot of the other ones would be handled by the artistic integrity illumination branch? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure some people who see the Mario movie as like a 7 out of 10 are like, there's no artistic integrity in the Mario movie. And of course, like, it's very commercial. There's a lot of compromises, like not using songs from the soundtrack in the movie in favor of having random 80s junk. But it's still like, this is still so much better than any Illumination movie I've ever watched. There's at least thought. God, this is the best hot tub I've ever been in. That might be a random. That might be a normal. Gotcha. Don't particularly feel like I got all the thingies. Is this really possible? Why would they make this possible and so time-consuming? Kirby as a point of view character. That would get really, like, thought-provoking really quickly. Giving you unlimited power. What's good? I feel like I missed something. Or maybe I just wanted to swim. Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I like the Zelda manga. For me, I have no problem with Link being a character. Like, I understand for a lot of people, he, like, you know, it's his classic function. He's supposed to be like a, you know, a POV. But for me, I really don't have a big problem with seeing him become more of a defined character or even like take a role in his stories. Because like Twilight Princess manga is one of my favorite Zelda things, so I'm not like the ideal Zelda fan for talking about like the heart of the series or the artistic integrity or anything. Because I am totally fine. Like, I love the Ocarina of Time manga, I love the Twilight Princess manga, I love all the manga, and I think I'm kind of just in it for like fantasy vibes, so I'm pretty okay with what's happening. That's like totally a soul piece, isn't it? No. There's like, there's glowy particles here that I thought were soul pieces getting like flung way far away. What if, and hear me out, a Dragalia Lost movie? I mean, do what they have to. We need to bring her back. It might be one of the better movie options. Not because anybody would watch it, but because it would be so good. Earthbound movie. That sounds fine. My Whirlpool Onsen, where nobody harasses me for being trans. Is that monkey gonna travel with me? Is that Glunk? Oh no, I lost my turtle. Like, this is so fun! They really integrated puzzles with action so well in this game. Can I fly this? Oh, Kaidan. Hey, Max! Oh my god! Well, that would be Illumination Zelda right there. Yeah, I was just talking about my opinions. I'm not a big film person, but I was just saying, like, I think I'm glad that they have a new, like, Miyamoto certified team to work with, so you can kind of split the Nintendo movies into like live action Cool Guy and you know, the animated ones, because like I think this makes a Metroid movie a lot more possible, because like back in the spring we were all talking about like Illumination Metroid and how stupid that would be, but now, like, you know, even if it's not ideal, at least they can try their hand at like a I don't know, Fire Emblem movie even. Like Fire Emblem, Metroid, that kind of thing. The F-Zero movie. I don't know. I think I'd rather see F-Zero Illumination. Here we go. Yeah, this is the area that sold me on this whole Forgo concept. Look at that squishy getting radioactive. Again, like, who is the insane person that knew that there were people who wanted to swim in a nuclear reactor and gave us the opportunity in this game? Like, I've only seen people talk about that in one Tumblr post outside of my own fantasies. Like, how did they know to make this game? It's so niche. It's so... like, this is such a fantasy fulfillment thing, but, like, not for normal people. Not for normal people. Yeah, the thing is, it's really anime that we want to see, right? Dragalia Lost anime should have already been happening. I've been starting to come around on Dragalia Lost not making it. It's just tough because I don't know any Xenoblade at all. But, like, I have enough trust, even not being a Xenoblader, that Xenoblade will carry on the torch decently enough as, like, the fun fantasy Nintendo thing. It's just hard. It's hard seeing Dragalia Lost go with all of its style and swagger when, to me, Xenoblade and Fire Emblem are so boring. But that is as somebody who doesn't know Xenoblade. And I will straight up tell you, I've been playing a lot more story-based games, obviously, and I've been wanting to work down some of my backlogs. So I've been playing Tears of the Kingdom, which for me is like a really big story-motivating game. I've been playing Origami King just because, like, I like the dialogue and I like just having characters and stuff like that. I honestly was like, am I actually going to buy my first Xenoblade game? Like, I always joke about it, but I've never, ever touched it. And I joke about the idea of touching it because that would be like a 400-hour life commitment when, like, my interest in JRPGs is only going down lately, or all RPGs is going down lately. But when I think about, like, the sheer amount that I could theoretically get invested in these characters' lives, it's like, that is pretty appealing. Like, there are definitely other RPG series I might try first, but now that I've played, like, all the Disgaea games I want to, it's like, that's always right there. It's always an open door. I know, people who play it rave about it. It's just hard. It's hard, like, to imagine what it would be like. Fire Emblem as a TV series sounds fine. F-Zero movie probably would be like, they announce it and then you're like, oh, I get it now. Ice Climbers, please. Why? Because it's there. I would do Ice Climbers anything. I want an Ice Climbers reboot so bad. Yeah, that's the thing, Max, is I am no cinema snob, and I was chuffed to bits with Pikachu movie and Mario movie. They're just, like, my favorite. I just think they're really fun. Have you, Momoka? Pikmin movie! Wow, okay, this is a genuine question. No, it's not anymore. I was thinking, would you genuinely rather Sony or Universal side handle a Pikmin movie? But then I realized, like, I couldn't picture a human man interacting with Pikmin at all. I couldn't really picture live action Pikmin. Wow. I trust that. I really trust Earthbound. $400 in each? Ah! That's crazy! I would end up rivaling the amount of time I played Smash 4 if I did that. I'll just move to Numazu. Oh, I just finished Castlevania Nocturne Season 1. Banging stuff if you don't have parental trauma. And now I'm ready to watch Yohane before the game comes out, which is like Thursday suddenly. November is going by quicker than I was hoping for. Ice Climbers Jazz. Pokemon Snap movie. Pitch me the plot of that. You just can't size the Pikmin right. You can't possibly size the Pikmin right for that movie. I guess you'd have to scale him down, but like still. You just can't. There's no way. Yeah, that sounds right. But if I loved them so much, I will say, like, I know people shit on how sexualized the character designs are for I'm gonna do this. People really crap on how sexualized the character designs are for. This is one of the sneaky, most beautiful parts of the game, and also this fight's really beautiful. So yeah, people crap on obviously like Homura and Pyra and Mithra's designs and like all the sexualized designs in Xenoblade 2. But I personally actually really like probably more character designs that I've seen in 2 than anything else, because a lot of them have really expressive faces to go along with how like loud and in your face a lot of the designs are. So I actually really like Pyra and Mithra's designs. I will see parts of their meat on their hips and I'm like, oh, that's surprise meat, but it's still just like I like them a bunch. So I don't know. There's a lot about Xenoblade that's like really just far outside my wheelhouse, so it's hard to imagine myself getting into it. I mean, I barely play RPGs that aren't tactics games. I barely play open world games. But I mean, they can't be non-linear, right? Like, they've got to be more linear than, like, Breath of the Wild. Because right now, I wish Tears of the Kingdom was more linear with, like, all my heart. It's just like, I need more story. I need more story so bad with those games. I don't know. I kind of like the appeal of open world, but it is just not. It doesn't tickle me that deeply. But yeah, like the art style is a little bit take it or leave it for me with Xenoblade, but there are things I like. Like when I saw the design for the main cat girl, like Mia, I think for Xenoblade 3, I thought she was pretty cool. Like they're definitely there's some parts of the character designs for 3 I don't like. Like there's some just like outfit choices I don't super gel with, and it's like whatever. Like I'm not very emotionally invested in it, but no, like I trust people. Obviously, I trust that these characters are like amazing and these stories are super interesting. Yeah, no, I believe that about the playing them in order for sure. I'm also like I don't cringe with voice acting in English much. Like I'm not gonna be like, I know some people who get so upset by like fake British voice acting or whatever. Although I've also seen people say that I've seen British people say that they love how the voice acting is in Xenoblade, and I've seen American people say that they think it's a fake British accent. So I don't know if it's good or not in reality. I don't know who to believe. Wait, I forget what the final drill. Like I can kind of picture it. I think you can cut the ground. I'm picturing like the buzzsaw cutter. Man, this is such a good visual for the boss. Holy crap. This is what my Tumblr looks like. Like, come on, man. Why did they think to make this game? that's my other thing with 64 in this game. Like, why'd they think to make this game? It's so beautiful. That's like, for the amount of English voice acting they have, that's like stellar for a fan to say, in my opinion. Like most fans, I think, will say that like there's at least some trash in their English voice acting. Miss Pac-Man movie. Yeah, we missed one. And it was at the very beginning of the entire thing. We missed 2. Boston cream. Boston cream with sprinkles. I've been having funny conversations about British accents with an actual friend from London. Anything I ever say about British accents is so wrong. I'm never right about British accents talking to her. Oh my gosh. I have a British friend who just has to put up with all of my stupid misconceptions and all of the stupid things that I find funny that like aren't funny about her accent. It's so dumb. British people are generally so fine about like American accents and stuff, but I'm so silly. I don't know. I can't help but be silly about British accents. They're just so fun. Hello! You've caught us right at the end of the stream, Jamie, but welcome. Interesting. She's everything. He's just Mr. Pac-Man. He's just Mr. Pac-Man, yeah. Yeah, I actually, I've been so bold as to actually make a haircut down the street. That takes me like 4 minutes to get to at 1, so I actually have to not start my day at 3 p.m. after streaming. So I think, well, I guess we can figure it out now. Noreen, are you good for Numazoo next weekend? I'm busy Saturday, or am I busy Sunday? Well, it's like a 1 day difference. You'll have, I think the game comes out on Thursday. I don't know if you game after work or at work, but you'll have like a couple days to start Yohane if you want like the first experience. But I am like 100% fine with just doing a different game next weekend. If you want a week to play Love Live yourself, but if not, then next weekend I'll be back with a 2 or 3 episode series on a Love Live Metroidvania, which is going to be a lot of kicks and giggles. Okay, that's valid. Yeah, the first impressions are so major. Oh my god, why am I loaded? I guess I've been doing like literally all the content. This poor guitar case! It's like, hold up! What you got? I love the 2-string bass. It's so funny. I think that keyboard is also literally just 12 notes. Yeah, it's literally 12 notes. He has one of every note, and that's it. How do I clap? I guess that was just that. I actually want to get the drill upgrade. What is this? It's like twin drill. Yeah, it's like twin drill. Yeah, it's twin drill, but why does it... I guess it's just such a cool drill that it pokes above the ground. Waddle Dee banging out the tunes. You could not be more accurate about that. I meant to do the tournament. There's like so much to do. He's still at Home Depot. Blue screen? Blue screen? What happened? Blue screen? No. Is the stream down? What happened? Why is the screen blue? Why is the screen blue? There we go. Yo, this is so cool! So the buzzsaw has... Oh, no. No, thank goodness I haven't got another one. That would be really unfortunate. I'll have to back up my computer again as soon as we're done. Ding dang dong. Is there even a drill? Oh yeah, there is a... But like that's a saw. That has nothing to do with the drills. Like that's a saw as much as the cutter is a saw. Like that's completely unrelated. I actually have really come around on buzzsaw cutter. It's just really satisfying. Good. Actually, okay, so here's more sacrilege. There's no beam, there's no parasol, there's no Queen of England. There's no beam, there's no parasol, there's no wheel, there's no rock, and there's no mic. Like, I don't understand. I hadn't even thought about it before now, honestly. Like, they have sleep, crash, and... Well, that's just it. They have sleep and crash for one-time abilities, but they just didn't make mic, which is super weird. I mean, I still want like a Planet Robobot style like sound ability, to be honest. Which like I don't think is really stepping on Mike's toes, but how hard would it have been to make Mike? I guess nothing was built around it, but come on, like who's forcing you to not have Mike? No, Time Crash is like pretty cool though. Yeah, Mike is really iconic. So it's like, I think they're in kind of the fortunate position where like they got by with so few copy abilities, and now they can just like blow our minds by bringing back the classics in the next game. Like all they got to do is just do the bare minimum and make them again. Which I mean, it's going to involve reinterpreting them, but it can be done. I'm gonna be so happy to see them. I mean, I'm gonna cry. I only come to like Parasol more and more with time. I didn't really give a crepe about it back when I was a kid, but yay! For my first Kirby game, maybe besides Kirby Air Ride, yeah, besides Kirby Air Ride was Amazing Mirror. And there's a localization error in there where Mr. Frosty is Mr. Flosty due to Japanese, and he's still Mr. Flosty to me. It's funny, he might be like one of the most recurring sub-bosses in the whole series now. Like, he's really been there for ages. Although, when did he debut? I can't picture him in Adventure. He was probably in Adventure. I think he's been around since the beginning. Oh no, what? What happened? Oh, Flosty. Claw. Oh, wow. Claw grip. Mario 2. What is Mario gripping with the claw in Mario 2? Why doesn't this have a Home Depot mask? Oh. That's so charming. Oh, Cloglip. Good old Cloglip. That's nice. I think I might have done all the tilting puzzles at camp this summer. I believe I've beaten them all. But I might have left myself the hardest ones. Masochist procrastination? Couldn't be me. Well. The famous Twin Drills hairstyle. Who needs this? Who needs this? No one ever wanted this. I'm leaving. Twin drills. The saw is included as sabisu. Turtling? Turtling. I feel like turtling has been a phrase in my life, but probably for something really random. Yeah, I think I've got all the target times out here. Can I check? Hey, Stairsmouth. This is probably a hellish challenge if I didn't do it. Just like Tito! Tito! There is a lot more Tito merch in the Ghibli store at Skytree than I expected. I forgot to tell all my stories about Tokyo. You're gonna starve. Yeah, I got to go to the Ghibli store. Yeah, this is mildly hellish. Arrgh! Am I already out? Wait, hold the banana. Ugh! This is... Yeah, I don't love the stairs challenge because it's like... I don't know. It's not like intuitive. The first time, at least, that Kirby can only spit them out in one direction. Like, this puzzle is built around an arbitrary game mechanic. I called you arbitrary. That's what happens on our third playthrough. I'm leaving me. You've lost me as a customer. No. These little bone dudes are from like legit Dreamland 3. My parents were like, that one's not neurodivergent. Come on, Kirby. We still have like 5 minutes or whatever. What is the trick here? What are you about to do to me? What direction does this spit out in? Am I fine? Am I done? There's something distinctly unfun about this. Okay. I'll be taking my imperfect time now. I mean, at least, like, knock on wood, if I remember everything to do, I should be able to just do it right, but I wouldn't categorize this one as fun. At least not for, like, the super time. Yeah, unfun, which very few of them are. Hours. Oh my gosh, turtling. That's like a Super Metroid plant enemy. It is a funny boss fight once you figure it out, because it's just like one place that you stand in. Or maybe two if you're not afraid to stand in the left. I want to say I just optimized this. I want to say. Do it. No, 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 no! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. I'm here for my pal Mooney. We're just randomly getting a new Season 1 Enna video, because, like, they're taking so much time to make Dream Barbecue, they're like, well, we made this. Like, God, what a blessing. No, 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 no. Like, what? I have to... This is why Professor Layton gets stressed out when he sees me. He's like, I don't believe you can handle all the moving parts involved in my puzzle. You make a lot of angry noises, and you have no patience. I have to be moving when I do puzzles. That's kind of true. If it fits, I sits. Carry it over here. I didn't even notice you liked Enna, Momoko-sensei. You're so real. You're such a sapphic of your age. Oh, there we go. We're safe. I thought I lost everything. You're such a sapphic of your age. I cherish you. Yeah, we're good, right? Yeah, we're good. We're good. I literally love that series. Like, if I had Twitch, like, voice cue things, I would probably have, like, a lot of them be from that series. Pay our debts? That sounds awful. I say that sounds awful so much in my head. Oh my gosh! Perfect. Well, that's a lot. Quit the hitting and finish the job! Yeah, city folks so real. City folks so real. Right on the money. That's why they pay me. Yeah, legit. The first playthrough. Wow, this is so fun. The second playthrough. This is the best game ever. The third playthrough. It's like, what's that? But no. I really... No. Like, I've been really enjoying the target time stuff for the most part. Like, it never annoys me for more than, like, 9 minutes. I'm excited to get better at Mario Wonder because I really enjoy the time trials in Forgo Land and Rayman Legends, and I could picture it being a lot of fun if I were better at Mario Wonder, but I have a lot of room to grow with Mario. Have you played Mario Wonder, Vanessa? I really want to know if people think that it feels more like Mario World than New Soup. Not in terms of like style or inspiration or soul or anything, but like literally like gameplay. There's something about it that like feels like I'm playing Mario World in a way that I've never felt playing New Soup, which like admittedly I didn't play a lot of New Super Mario Brothers, but I did play a bit. Like I played a good chunk of Wii. And I don't know, I felt so immediately like this reminds me of World, not that game. Just like physically. I don't think I got this, but... Including Toadek. Yeah, that'll jam up a lot of time, won't it? Wow, look how good the headpiece looks for fire. Yeah, I've actually been playing a ton of Toadek, which means I've lost a lot of sleep. And I'm happy because I have been really frustrated with like... I've been frustrated with like not wanting to be spoiled, but like not having a ton of focus for the game to actually get through it myself. And like, to be honest, I want to start watching YouTube videos about it and like talking about it with people, but I'm just not that far. I haven't finished it. But I've made a lot of progress this week, which is nice. It's weird. It's a really weird game. It's a really weird game for me. It's like in some games, in some ways I really love it. In some ways it's really boring. But I don't know, I think I've had a pretty fair shake with it because like I don't like open world Zelda as much as normal Zelda. But it's like it does a lot to win me over. Like a lot. And I actually like using Ultra Hand, so I should be eating pretty good, but there are some times where I'm like, this just is boring and needs music. Oh my gosh, Super Mario RPG. I think I'm gonna play the original Mario RPG instead of this one. The art style doesn't really speak to me in the remake. Like, I'm happy that it happened, but I think I'm actually more into the original visuals. I'm just so cool like that. It's so cool and quirky. What? Oh, cool, yeah. I don't trust that. Might as well throw it back to the bombs. Yeah, I'm starting to like Zelda, like Wild Kingdom. I call those games Wild Kingdom because like it's like the Wild Hyrule, but it's also like Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like the Wild Kingdom music a little bit, but it is not like, it's not like. I wasn't born liking it. I haven't really acquired the taste yet, but I'm starting to come around on it. Who is making these liminal pool levels? Like, who wanted this besides everyone? Like, what? Sometimes people aren't right about Vaporwave, and then sometimes really the thing really is Vaporwave. This is so random, but after the roughness of Splatoon 3, where a lot of the fashion is like, there's kind of like random stuff, like fireman hats and random stuff like that. I could picture them going back to like a really refined fashion focus for Splatoon 4. And I wonder if they might pull on more Japanese street culture, street fashion, because I'm thinking like there's so many cool. I'm building to the point of Lolita squids. Like, I feel like there's a lot of cool fashion stuff that hasn't made it into Splatoon yet. As I'm thinking about like aesthetics that they could adopt for the future games, I would really like that, like a proper like popular branch of fashion. Like, yeah, instead of just like, I mean, they can kind of make their own aesthetics in some ways, I think. Like, I like the random clutter, whatever, in Splatoon 3 in certain ways, but, it would be really cool to see, like, a new thing. Like, I would like to see some frilly little squids. I mean, it'd be a little silly to wear, like, dresses into battle, but dresses would be really cool. Like, I know there's Animal Crossing right there, but I don't know. Music discussion. VK squids, please! VK and GRIK, and just like, please! VK is also why I'm like, God, VK idol! That's why I want like goth Splatoon. Like, there's so many ways to incorporate different kinds of like goth subculture fashion into Splatoon without making it like straight up like vampires. Like, Visual K idols, please! I don't think they've ever touched on Visual K with Splatoon. But like, they're not far! They have like all this like American metal stuff. I don't know, like... Yeah. Yeah. As a side note, I really am glad that they've made a ska band and like some really prominent ska tracks for Splatoon 3. That was really good timing. But like, what if we had like GRIK squids? Like, I don't know. Like, just like, what if? Like, what if? What if we did that? Yeah. Like, why not make Harajuku? Like, why not? Why does it have to be like New York? Like, why? I'm demanding it. That was a good throw right there. Ooh, that was a great throw. Let's ooh. Games. I'm coming for you. I'm coming right for you. And I'm jumping in slow motion to get out. And now I'm already out. Let's go. Go. I want to be cute in battle. I desire sweet Lolita squids. That was shredding. I cut like 30 seconds off my time. Koji Kondo was cooking. Yeah, I sure miss melodies. I just miss classic Zelda melodies. Yes! Well, it's that, and it's also Ballad of the Windfish. And that's just insane, thematically. It's just insane. To have Ballad of the Windfish mixed in with the castle theme is just so cool. Okay, now I gotta actually go and, like, wake myself up before my haircut. Okay, so that's very streamable. Yeah, I really miss the memorable melodies when I play Breath of the Wild. They did a lot to bring us back in Todic, but it's just there's a lot missing still. Yeah, I'm glad you could come. Thank you, all of you, for coming out. That was wicked fun. Be back next weekend for Dabu Daibu, Skuru Aidoru, Metroidvania. Bye, Momoka. Thank you, Robbie. Thanks for coming. Get ready for Idols next weekend. It's all converging. It's all converging on the Love live stream. It's so funny. Like, Aqua is notably my least favorite Love Live unit, but I like the anime quite a bit. I love the music, and I've really been enjoying all of the Yohane stuff, so... Like, Saint Snow and the subunits are probably, like, my favorite Love Live music, generally. But, like, the characters, I'm just not as into. But now Yohane has a strange bond with me and my channel, so let's go. Thanks, Juno. Thanks for coming out. One big doggo. They will often involve the doggo. Sometimes it's small, sometimes it's really big. Clocking out from Home Depot to go to the Kirby Cafe. Gosh, my American-Japanese crossover fantasy. Please let me live everywhere at once. Not that I need to work at Home Depot, but like maybe once. Just to go from Home Depot to the Kirby Cafe in New Hampshire. All right. See y'all.